Right here on ESPN Radio. Tonight's coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern. The new number one team in college football, the Georgia Bulldogs, host 11th-ranked Kentucky tomorrow. How can the Wildcats win this one? ESPN's David Pollack.
Being able to stop the run and play physical up front. You saw them do it against Florida. Florida that rushed all over Alabama and then turned J.J. Weaver loose. One of the better pass rushers in college football. He's 13. He's going to be all over the field.
From the NBA, Bucks GM John Horst signs a multi-year contract extension. Horst has been on the job for 4 years. The Bucks won their first title in 50 years less than 3 months ago. 76ers point guard Ben Simmons won't play in tonight's preseason finale against the Pistons. Simmons sat out most of training camp, but has now cleared health and safety protocols.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios. That's right.
Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Juan Cigar Bar and Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Football Friday. Theriot 1 hour from right now. Phil Steele here in about 15 minutes, previewing the biggest games of the college football weekend. LSU, Florida, in most years would qualify as such. This year, not so much. The Gators are a 2-loss team already at 4-2 with 2 conference losses. LSU 3-3 on the season, also 2 conference losses, and back-to-back disappointing, embarrassing losses. The way that they blew it against Auburn and then getting hammered at Kentucky. Ed Ogeron, his future not really in doubt anymore. We know the inevitability. He's going to be fired. It's just a matter of, is it after this loss, after a future loss? Is it at the end of the season? We'll all wait and find out together in that respect. But as we learned during the show on Thursday, LSU is going to go into this game without defensive end Ali Gaye. Ed Ogeron, when he met with the media on Thursday, kind of talked about that timeline of learning of Gaye's injury and what they do without him.
It was up in the air. Obviously we had to let the doctors make that decision. Sometime this week we found out. Now we moved Mason Smith back to defensive end. But it helps to have Glenn Logan. Glenn Logan's playing tackle. Neil's playing nose. Jacqueline Roy is playing tackle and nose. And we also have Jacoby Guillory. And we moved Sony back there. So we're shuffling people around. But now Mason's going to play it in Ali's place.
So you're playing against one of the best rushing offenses in all of college football, the 3rd best rushing offense in all of college football, 274 yards a game. And you're going to do that shuffling pieces along the chessboard on the defensive line. You heard Ed Ogeron kind of refer to it there. So, I mean, you lost the 2 guys that were your starting defensive ends with Andre Anthony and now Ali Gaye. Mason Smith had emerged at tackle, and when Andre Anthony got hurt, they moved him out to end. Well, then when you lost Joe Evans, they moved Mason Smith back inside the tackle. Well, now you've got Glenn Logan back, but you've lost Ali Gaye, so they moved Mason Smith back to end. I mean, this is just a, I don't have a word for it. I mean, you lose Kayshon Boutte for the season on Monday, and then on Wednesday it's Elias Ricks, and now it's Ali Gaye, and you realize the defense you started the season with against UCLA, that defense wasn't very good to begin with. I mean, Dorian Thompson-Robinson and the Bruins had their way with you that day. Really out-schemed and outclassed Durante Jones on their way to 470 yards, including 210 on the ground, 260 in the air. And now you're without your starting defensive ends, Ali Gaye, Andre Anthony. You're without your starting cornerbacks, Elias Ricks, Derek Stingley. You've been without Glenn Logan. Now you're without Joe Evans. You're not going to have Major Burns this weekend. You're without Kayshon Boutte. When they were healthy, this wasn't a very good team. I don't know what they'll be now. Ed Orgeron was asked about Joe Evans and Major Burns and a timetable on their potential return.
I don't expect Joe the rest of the year. Major Burns, when his injury occurred, it was 4 to 5 weeks. So he's been out a week or two, so we still have about 3 weeks left.
So maybe after the bye, maybe you get Major Burns back at that point, but it sounds like from Ed Orgeron there, you're not going to have Joseph Evans for the remainder of the season. I've said here for several weeks now that there's an inevitability, right? I mean, LSU is going to fire Ed Orgeron. They're going to move on. It's just a matter of when. Do they do it during the season? Do they do it after the season, bye week, whatever it may be? And I think Ed Orgeron knows it now. And I don't mean there's an assumption from Ed Orgeron that he's going to be fired. I think he knows he's going to be fired. Listen to Ed Orgeron when they asked, have you ever been around a team that's had this many injuries? Just listen to, keep in mind who Ed Orgeron is. Like normally he is energy. He is, it's next man up, right? It's next man up. Got to go. LSU standard performance. It's energy. That's always Ed's thing. Just listen to his tone with this one.
The only thing I can relate to is when we were at USC and I took over, we had a limited roster because of scholarship cuts, because of sanctions. And we didn't have, I don't think we had maybe 55 guys that practice out there. So it makes you practice a little bit different, but we practice that way the whole time. We don't practice our guys on 2 different fields. We practice 1 unit at a time. The other guys get rest. And I think that's been really good for our players.
That sounds like a guy that is broken and defeated and knows this is over. And when that happens, I think you have a real legitimate question at hand of, can you really proceed like this? And maybe tomorrow at 11 a.m., maybe LSU digs down deep and finds some magic like they found last year in Gainesville. Maybe. It's unlikely, but maybe. Maybe they play their best game of the year. So, look, they're going to play their best game of the year at some point. Is it going to be enough for them to pull an upset against one of these teams they have remaining? We'll see. Maybe it's this Saturday, but I think that's also unlikely. And I think you're at a point now where Ed Orgeron knows it as well. And I'm not talking about just assuming. I think he knows he's done. And it's just a matter of how they dot the I's and cross the T's. And a lame duck situation is, I don't think, good for anybody. Specifically on the field with LSU and Florida, I always try to look at statistical outliers, and there's some that obviously favor Florida. Florida's 3rd in the country in rushing offense. LSU's 127th. When it comes to sacks allowed, Florida's offense has been very good. They're 4th in the country in sacks allowed. LSU's 84th. Scoring defense, LSU 74th. Florida 9th in the country in scoring defense. Shutting out Vanderbilt helps, obviously. The things that favor LSU, turnover margin. Florida's 107th in the country. LSU's 37th. Fewest penalties. LSU's one of the least penalized teams in America. Florida, 119th in the country. They're one of the most penalized teams in the country. That's what it's going to take for LSU. They're going to have to play a clean game, have Florida turn the football over, commit a lot of penalties, mistakes, allow LSU to stay in the game and make a play late. Kind of like what happened in the reverse back in 2016, the game that was postponed due to Hurricane Matthew. LSU was vastly superior to Florida that day. But LSU struggled with some red zone possessions. Dante Jackson fumbled a kickoff. Florida hit a big 89-yard touchdown pass. And Geis went the wrong way. LSU made mistakes. Florida capitalized and won that game in Baton Rouge that day. That's what it's going to take for LSU to be able to beat Florida on Saturday. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Remember, T-Bob and I will be live at Don Juan Cigar Bar for whiskey and wine as soon as the game goes final. So feel free to join us. If you can't be there at Don Juan Cigar Bar, join us on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel or the 104.5 ESPN Facebook page. And yes, reminder, it is an adult show. There is NSFW language and content. So be aware. All right, it's After Further Review. Well, now I got a break. Not just LSU, Florida, but the rest of the biggest games of college football. We preview them every Friday here with Phil Steele. That's next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, look, you got a 11 a.m. kickoff, so game should be over early afternoon, which means you will have plenty of time to get by Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Seagan near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. You want your fall decor? They've got it at Clegg's Nursery. You want your fall plants? They've got it at Clegg's Nursery. It is time to decorate for fall. Find the perfect pumpkins, stock up on hay bales, create this perfect autumn display courtesy of our friends at Clegg's Nursery. Now remember, hunters, they've also got you covered. If you need your buckbusters or your deer corn, they've got it at Clegg's Nursery, any of the 4 locations. And also, anything you'd find at a True Value hardware store, you'll also find at Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. I tell you every single day. Buy local, shop local, and tell them Matt sent you in to Clegg's Nursery.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Thanks, you're ready. Yardbirds up. Veggies in the window.
Barbecue guys, born to grill.
Pops, how many steaks you want?
In most cases, you'll never get more for your trade-in than right now at Corvell Toyota in Opelousas. Now's your chance to upgrade. You can pre-order your new Toyota today or choose one of our pre-owned vehicles and we'll buy back your current vehicle at a price that will absolutely amaze you. You can walk away with more money in your pocket than you ever thought possible. At Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, that's Corvell Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines, fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
after further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Football Friday means another opportunity to preview the biggest games in college football with Phil Steele. Of course, philsteele.com. Make sure if you haven't picked up the magazine, do that. Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, philsteele.com, and take that Phil Steele Plus tour over the Phil Steele YouTube channel. Phil, always our pleasure. How are you?
You know, I am doing great. How about yourself today, Matt?
Well, we've kind of been doing better down in these parts. We will avoid the inevitable for just a bit, and we'll get to Florida and LSU later. But let's start over in the Big 12, man. Texas, my goodness, they had OU on the ropes. Now a ranked-on-ranked matchup as they're back at home, and they're welcoming in 12th-ranked Oklahoma State, who, Phil, quietly, Oklahoma State ranked 12th and undefeated. What really on the line here for Oklahoma State as they continue moving forward? Do they maintain perfection in Austin on Saturday?
I don't think so. I had naturally I picked Oklahoma number one in my preseason magazine, and so I was a little distraught at halftime of that Texas game with the Longhorns dominating them 38-20. But thank goodness for the comeback. But overall, I was very impressed with Texas, and they were impressive in that game. You go back to the TCU game, they led by 2 scores. They were up, and they got stopped on downs at the goal line, or they would have been a 3-score game. TCU went and tucked in a touchdown to only lose by 5, but they controlled that better. They blew out Texas Tech, blew out Rice, blew out Louisiana, who looked pretty good this past Thursday. And then you look at their Tuesday, I should say. And the only bad game was Arkansas. Meanwhile, at Oklahoma State, they barely got past Missouri State. They barely got past Tulsa, trailed that thing in the fourth quarter. Barely got past Boise State. They played Kansas State and did well, but they also took on Howard as the backup quarterback, and they knew just stack the line and force Kansas State to throw, and Howard couldn't complete a pass. Thompson returned last week, so it was a different Kansas State team. And then Baylor, they only led by 3 in the fourth quarter and got a late touchdown. So I haven't been overwhelmed with any of Oklahoma State's games. I have been very impressed with Texas in 5 of their 6 games. So Texas is at home. They've rebounded well off of Oklahoma, actually gone 18-2 straight up, 16-4 ATS after playing the Sooners. So I like Texas in this one to give Oklahoma State their first loss of the season.
In the SEC, also in the morning window at 11 a.m. Central, Auburn is up in Fayetteville against Arkansas. Arkansas just with a brutal schedule, and it doesn't get any easier. But little Jekyll and Hyde from Auburn, Phil. So what are you expecting up there in Fayetteville Saturday morning?
Once again, I think body of work for the season. I've been a little more impressed with Arkansas. I know the last 2 games have not been pretty, but, I mean, the Ole Miss game, I think that Pittman should have gone for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
I mean, it was an offensive explosion game, and couldn't stop your offense. Why not try to score and end that thing before taking it to OT? So the perfect call just came up short. And so I like what they're doing offensively, defensively. They're back at home. They haven't been at home since week 3 when they blew out Georgia Southern. And Auburn, meanwhile, you've had the good Bo Nix, bad Bo Nix. Well, he's on the road, so you figure it's going to be the bad Bo Nix this week. And coming off a tough loss to Georgia, I like Arkansas. The spread's pretty cheap in it, too. It's only about 4. So I like the Hogs to win that one at home.
Let's stay in the SEC in that 2:30 window. Kentucky and Georgia is it's tempting. Georgia ranked 1st, Kentucky ranked 11th, both undefeated. This one's between the hedges. Kentucky coming off a couple of big wins with Florida and LSU. Georgia, even without JT Daniels, they just keep rolling. So do we just expect this Georgia steam train is just going to keep on rolling down the track?
Well, you can't jump in front of it, that's for sure, because they sure will flatten you when you do. And you go back to that Arkansas game, a lot of folks, I thought Arkansas could give Georgia a game, and no, sir, 37-0. Last week they weren't quite as impressive as 34-10. Remember, Auburn got stopped on downs late in the first half. Could have made a better game of it, but, you can't jump in front of this Georgia team. And, I think Kentucky's biggest thing here, shrink the clock, play good defense, keep it a low-scoring game. My favorite play is probably the under in this game. It's 44.5. Remember last year when these two played, it was 14-3. And Kentucky's playing really good defense, holding opponents to 106 yards per game below their season average. Meanwhile, Georgia's playing great defense, best defense in the country. Offensively, Georgia's good. Kentucky struggles. I mean, go back to that Florida game. They only had 224 yards. Luckily for them, they ran into a LSU defense, gave them 475 yards last week. But I like Georgia minus the points, but probably like the under more.
Okay, Phil Steele's with us. He's on Twitter at PhilSteele042. Iowa came out victorious last week, Phil, in the big matchup against Penn State. They're back at home against Purdue. I guess, Phil, I'm in the point of the season where we kind of get lulled into this false sense of security with some of these teams, the unbeatens. Like you mentioned that you think Oklahoma State takes their first loss. Could Iowa potentially be on upset alert at home against Purdue?
They should be. And then after this, they've got 2 more games they have to be careful of. At Wisconsin, at Nebraska, both those teams playing at that's going to be 2 tough games for Iowa. But in this one, I love the situation. You're talking about an Iowa team off a huge 6-0 win over a top 5 team in Penn State. Kinnick Stadium was just amazing last week, and they were able to make the comeback thanks to Sean Clifford going out with injury. And now this week they're playing a Purdue team that actually has a very sneakily good defense. Karlaftis up front on the defensive line is one of the best defensive ends in the country. Purdue allowing just 300 yards per game on defense. They're good in all 3 layers. And home opponents are 56 yards per game below their season average. Meanwhile, Iowa, here's a shocking stat. They're gaining 31 yards less than their opponents normally allow. So if you normally allow 350 yards per game, Iowa's only going to get 319 off you. That makes me think Purdue can stay in the game. And you go back to Purdue's last game when they played Minnesota. They lost at home in the rain, but they actually had a 28-12 first down edge. They had no business losing that game. They're off a bye, which is another big advantage for them. And in the last 4 years, these games have all been close between Iowa and Purdue. Each one has come down to about a single score, and none of them have been decided by the spread, which is 12.5. So I like the underdog Purdue to give Iowa every step of it. And also Iowa twice this year has been a big favorite. They got past Colorado State by 10, and they covered against Kent State by a half point. But I like Purdue's chances here.
All right, Phil Steele, and we'll keep an eye certainly on all the undefeateds. Another one who remains undefeated, Phil, is Oklahoma. They got a big scare from Texas, and this week they welcome in TCU to Norman. That's the night game on ABC. I guess I'm going to keep asking the same question. Should the Sooners be a team potentially on upset alert this weekend?
I don't think they will be this week. You go back to TCU; they normally play Texas extremely well. They've had at Texas's number a good portion of the last few years, but against Oklahoma they struggle. They're 5-1. They've only won 1 of the last 6 games. Most of them have been blowouts. TCU's also a banged-up team. Patterson said this week that his main thing is to get them to bowl eligibility. They know they're not going to be in the Big 12 title race. And Zach Evans got banged up last week. Max Duggan got banged up last week. They had numerous players, so you wonder how long those guys will actually play if your main goal is to get to a bowl game at the end of the season and win your games. And Oklahoma, I think, if you look at their offense, it finally lit up once Caleb Williams came in. I think he or Rattler will do just fine with the offense. The defense starting to play well, and maybe that was the game that's really going to spur Oklahoma on to playing to the level I thought they would. So I like the Sooners to win this one by more than 2 touchdowns.
He's on Twitter at PhilSteele042. Phil, a couple more. Let's jump back into the SEC, and we're expecting points, I would assume. Ole Miss back on Rocky Top. Of course, Lane Kiffin back to his old stomping grounds. It's the 6:30 Central Time SEC Network game. Ole Miss was in a score fest last week. Should we anticipate another score fest this week up in Knoxville?
Yeah, and Vegas definitely does. They've got the total there at 82 and a half in some spots for this game. So, if you get a couple of field goals, you're in trouble with that kind of a total. However, I do think that both offenses are really playing well. You look at Tennessee, they've got a fast-paced offense. They put up 62 against Missouri, 45 against South Carolina, and Ole Miss's defense has not looked good the last 2 weeks. But do remember, they held Alabama to 42 points, which is actually a decent number. Offensively, I still think Ole Miss has got the advantage. They could score on anybody in the country, and did so against Arkansas last week. And when I look at Tennessee, you go back to that Florida game, which is a team that I would put in the Mississippi class. They lost that one by 24. They beat 2 of the lower-level SEC teams in Missouri and South Carolina the last 2 weeks. And while the fans are going to be fired up, the players really have no Lane Kiffin things going because he wasn't there when those players were recruited. So add it all up, I think Ole Miss is the better team, goes on the road and gets a win, and yes, I do think it'll be a high-scoring game.
He is on Twitter at PhilSteele042. We'll get to LSU and Florida here in a second. Phil, let's remind our audience about the Phil Steele Plus and the Phil Steele Plus Tour, which, of course, drops on YouTube every Friday morning, showing people how to use Phil Steele Plus.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Matt. And it's up right now, the Phil Steele Plus Tour with selections. 8 free plays for you this week. The FBS versus FBS games have gone 20 and 13 so far this year, so hopefully we have another winning week this week. But it's absolutely free. And I show you how to use Phil Steele Plus, but more importantly, you get a lot of information behind each play. It's not just, I like this team. It's like, here are the 10 reasons I like this team in this game. So do check it out. It's up right now. Just go to philsteele.com and take the Phil Steele Plus tour.
Phil, walk us through one of the picks that you like today on that's up on Phil Steele Plus.
Yeah, you know what? It's an interesting game, Matt. We're going to take a look at Texas A&M against Missouri. And last week, I put Missouri up there, and I talked about the fact that I like to play on streaks. When you play on a streak, you can win many times, and you lose only once. And Missouri at that time last week had lost 8 straight games against the spread. Well, make it 9. They didn't cover against North Texas last week. And the thing I like best about this matchup this week is that Texas A&M, yes, they are off a big win. However, their season was done after losses to Arkansas and Mississippi State. They were thinking national title. Now all of a sudden they were 3-2, staring 3-3 in the face. Guess what? They've given new life. They beat Alabama. If Alabama slips up once, they can win the SEC West. They can get to the SEC title game. So they have new life. I do not expect a letdown. I expect a boost coming off of that win last week. And I like what Jimbo Fisher said, saying when they asked him, I think it was on Tuesday, about the Bama game, he says, you know what, play Missouri. So that's in the past. We're just focused on Missouri. And the thing I like best about the game, Missouri's rush defense is horrific. They're giving up 287 yards per game, 6.1 on the ground. Tennessee went in there and just absolutely mauled them, leading 45-10 at the half, 425 yards offense at the half. Now they've got to take on Spiller, Chain, 2 of the best running backs in the country. And Zach Calzada finally became a quarterback last week. If you could do that against Bama, you're going to have a lot of confidence. And to me, the spread's really cheap. It's only 9. It's single digits. I'm taking Texas A&M on the road.
He is Phil Steele. Phil, out of obligation, before you get out of here, I need to ask about LSU and Florida. I mean, Phil, I'm so curious when you're putting together a preview or a pick on a game like this, and you just see the struggles LSU's had, obviously, so the matchup's not great, but then all of the personnel losses, Ricks, Stingley, Ali Gaye, I mean, the list goes on and on and on, Keyshawn Butte. I mean, how do you even try to formulate an opinion on this, on what this LSU team can be, considering they've not played well, and then all of the personnel losses as well?
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, Matt. If they had won at Kentucky last week, I'd be calling for the outright upset here this week. Thinking, at Death Valley, it's going to be loud. Even though it's 11 o'clock in the morning kickoff, that doesn't help LSU out at all. But thinking that had they beaten Kentucky, been healthy, that they would really have a shot at the upset. But as you mentioned, coming off that loss, now there's really nothing to play for a lot for the rest of the season. All the injuries. I mean, it's all the best players, too, that are out. The cornerbacks, both NFL caliber, their top wide receiver. This is really a bad situation. However, I'll ask you this, Matt. Did you think LSU even had a chance last year when they traveled to the Swamp at 4-5 when they got the famous shoe toss game?
Phil, it's been a talking point all week because I honestly no, and I don't know if you'd agree with this, but I think Dan Mullen held Kyle Pitts out of that game because he felt he didn't need him and he could get him healthy. And I think Florida's red zone inability cost them that game. And it probably would have gone differently had Pitts played. But to answer your question, no, I certainly didn't think LSU had a shot in that game.
Yeah, and neither did I. But LSU somehow, some way came out. So if you're an LSU fan, there's your hope right there. Would be, you know what? Lightning in a bottle last year. Maybe they could do it again this year. But it sure doesn't look good coming into this one.
He is Phil Steele. Make sure you get to the website, philsteele.com. That's STEELE, philsteele.com. Take the Phil Steele Plus tour. Make sure you pick up the magazine, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, or philsteele.com. And he's with us here every Friday for our Football Friday. Phil, you're the best. We always appreciate a couple of minutes.
All right, have a great weekend, Matt. Always great talking to you, my friend.
Thanks, Phil. Same to you. We're brought to you by our friends at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Blue Bond in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, online, theantiagingclinics.com. As a matter of fact, went today and had a hydrofacial. You notice I'm beardless for the first time in a year and a half. Shaved my beard so I could do a hydrofacial. Was looking in the mirror, and I was like, man, my face is, I know y'all got to see it every day. My face is brutal. I was like, I need to go do something. It's amazing. It's basically it's like a water vacuum for your face. It sucks out all the junk out of there. Kind of like tones, tightens your skin. I mean, takes all the oil and blackheads and all that stuff out. It's phenomenal. Check it out. It's a hydrofacial. Did it today at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Maybe it's hormone replacement therapy. Maybe it's the ideal protein diet if you're looking to lose weight. The Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Look and feel like your younger self. Online, theantiagingclinics.com, theantiagingclinics.com. All right, we'll go around the SEC. We'll take a look at the game capsules for all of the games that'll be taking place in the league tomorrow. Of course, Saints have their bye, so no Saints game this weekend. The Eagles put a scare into Tampa Bay, but the Bucs did emerge victorious. We'll get to a little bit of that recap. Theriot in about 30 minutes from right now. Ton to do. Glad you're here. Football Friday edition of AFR. Stick around.
AFR.
Looking for dinner plans tonight? Friday night? Get on out. Make it an Ichiban night. Best sushi and best hibachi in the Best of 225 awards. So many different experiences you can have at Ichiban. You can belly up to the bar. You can have your meal at the sushi bar while you watch the sushi chefs prepare all of the rolls. Hibachi is a ton of fun. Or, of course, you get an elegant table for a date night to entertain a client or the family. It's at Ichiban. Essen near Perkins. And, of course, from our friends at Ichiban, their latest concept is Bo-Ru Ramen in Electric Depot on Government Street. Authentic Japanese ramen. That's Bo-Ru Ramen. Every single noodle is handmade right there in-house at Bo-Ru. Same can't be said for every ramen restaurant. Going back, you see bags of dry ramen. Not at Bo-Ru. And, of course, they're attached to the Sweet Society dessert shop. So you can have your dinner and your dessert all in one place in downtown Baton Rouge in Electric Depot. It's Bo-Ru Ramen.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are now open for business and are ready to serve our customers with disaster relief employee pricing off I-10 in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crews at Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are going to do right by you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
It's huge to keep the lead in our division, and anytime you can win road games, it's big, And I've always said if you can win your home games and split on the road, you're gonna be in the playoffs every year.
It's Bruce Arians after the Bucs were winners on Thursday Night Football up in Philadelphia. Otter hit, though, thanks to the 2-point conversion at the end. The Eagles did, in fact, cover the 7 or the 7.5, whatever you got. So if you were a Tampa Bay bettor, you had to hate to see that 2-point conversion at the end. I, however, went with Yotter and cashed a ticket. So that was a nice night. Tom Brady, after the win, knows team has got to continue to improve from where they are right now.
It was a good win. It's tough to win on the road. And obviously, we didn't play our best, so we got to get back to work. We got a good little break here, use it, and then get back to work, see if we can get better.
So the Bucs are 5-1 on the season. Of course, they had the loss out in L.A. So short week, they go on the road and get a win. We did sort of wonder yesterday about Tom Brady's thumb, how much of an effect that may have. Didn't look to be too detrimental. 34-42 for 297, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Just odd to see Brady with the 42 passing attempts. That I guess it was just the nature of the game. The Eagles didn't have the ball very much in that ball game, and it showed in the stat sheet because Tampa Bay did run the football. I mean, they had 31 rushing attempts. Fournette, 22 carries for 81 yards, but Tom threw it and looked okay throwing it last night, certainly. So Eagles had a shot there. They're late, but couldn't pull the upset, unfortunately, as they tried to get the ball back maybe for one last gasp, but really because of a bogus, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I mean, that rule, as many people melted in the preseason about that rule potentially costing teams games. I don't know that cost Philadelphia the game, but it certainly cost the play on the sideline, cost Philadelphia the opportunity to get the ball back to go win the game. Instead, Tampa was able to run out the clock. So the Saints are certainly pulling for Tampa to find some L's along the way, but Saints have 2 games with the Bucs still remaining, obviously, so they'll be able to take matters into their own hands when the Saints get back from the bye. But it's after further review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here on a Football Friday edition of AFR. Love telling you about the Williamson Eye Center and WilliamsonEYE.com. 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEYE.com. If you want to see 2020, call 924-2020 for the Williamson Eye Center. WilliamsonEYE.com if you want your eye exam. If you wear contacts or glasses and need to purchase those, Williamson Eye Center can help. Or, if you're like me, you're tired of fooling around with contacts and glasses, the Williamson Eye Center can help with a refractive procedure that can help whatever your refractive issue may be. Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020. Call Dr. Blake Williamson. Set up that consultation. Go do what I did. I trusted Dr. Blake Williamson. You can as well. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEYE.com. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products, excellence in imaging solutions. The Auburn Tigers, the Arkansas Razorbacks.
All right, up in Fayetteville, Hogs haven't been home in about 3 weeks. They welcome in the Auburn Tigers. Arkansas leads this all-time series, 18-11-1. Of course, Georgia blasted Auburn and Ole Miss beat Arkansas, so a couple of teams coming off SEC losses will face off in Fayetteville. Arkansas is 4.5-point favorite.
The Florida Gators.
Of course, Florida will be in Baton Rouge, and the Gators lead this series all time. You'd think it would be more one-sided considering the Spurrier era, but 33-31-3, just about as even as it could possibly be all time with LSU and Florida. The Gators coming off a 42-0 bounce-back win against Vanderbilt. LSU, of course, pounded last week in Kentucky. Back-to-back losses for the Tigers. Both teams with 2 conference losses. Who has what left in the tank? Gators the 3rd best rushing offense in the country, whereas the LSU Tigers are 77th in rush D. See if they can stop the run.
The Texas A&M Aggies, the Missouri Tigers.
Texas A&M off their win against Alabama is up in Columbia, Missouri. Como, an 11 a.m. kickoff. A&M leads the all-time series 8-7. Of course, these are 2 former Big 12 foes, so they played each year while they were in the Big 12 together as well. Texas A&M beat Bama while Missouri got a win to get off the schneid there, beating North Texas 48-35. Zach Calzada, the great performance last week, was the SEC Offensive Player of the Week. A&M scoring defense, 18th in the country. Missouri's 122nd. Expect points from the Aggies.
The Kentucky Wildcats, the Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia takes the field as the number 1 ranked team in the country, but the Kentucky Wildcats 6-0, 4-0 in the SEC, mirroring Georgia's record. They're 11th ranked and unbeaten. Georgia leads this all-time series 60-12-2. So this is a series that has been dominated by the Bulldogs, and this game is being played between the hedges. Georgia's passing defense, number 1 in the country. Their total defense is number 1 in the country. Their scoring defense, number 1 in the country. Good luck to Kentucky.
The Vanderbilt Commodores, the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Someone is going to win an SEC game. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have. Hit the next one, Musa.
The Alabama Crimson Tide, the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
See if Bama can bounce back after their loss to Texas A&M. Mississippi State coming off of their bye and at home in Starkville. Bama has dominated this series historically, 83-18-3. This is a 6 o'clock kickoff on ESPN. Mississippi State, you know the drill. They throw it. They don't ever run it at all. See if they can generate enough offense against this against the Alabama defense. One quick note, though. Mississippi State's rushing defense is 9th in the country. This may very well fall on the right arm of Bryce Young for Alabama.
The Ole Miss Rebels, the Tennessee Volunteers.
Of course, we'll expect a score fest with 2 of the highest-powered offenses in the country. Ole Miss, the 4th best scoring offense at 46 points a game. Tennessee, the 7th best scoring offense at 41 points a game. Defense could be optional. Even though the total is 82, you might want to take a look at the over. All right, there you have it. That is around the SEC as we take a look at the games from around the conference that'll be teed up and kicked off tomorrow in the Southeastern Conference. Theriot coming up here in about 18 minutes from right now. LSU and Florida, not a tremendous amount to look forward to from the LSU side in this game, but there's one thing on the Friday before the Florida game that we always look forward to. That's when Jay Ducote is in studio, and with the help from our friends at Chris's Specialty Foods, we will have a cooked gator right in here. Next. Stick around.
AFR.
Brought to you by Insurance Network of Louisiana. So it's 3:43 on a Friday, and you might be thinking, I'm getting my weekend started. Let me make a recommendation. Before you get your weekend started, let the guys and gals over at Insurance Network of Louisiana spend the weekend working for you. 293-0450, 293-0450, 293-0450. Call Insurance Network of Louisiana. Let them shop to see if they can find you better coverage for less money. This is totally free. They do not charge you anything at all to have them shop. One of 2 things happens. They either call you and say, great news, we got you better coverage and we're going to save you money. Or they say, great news, your coverage right now is perfect. Stick with that. And that does happen from time to time, but you won't know until you let them go shop for you for free. So call right now, 293-0450, 293-0450, 293-0450, or online, lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. At LSU, we play hard, but we tailgate harder. Light your burner. Fire up the grill. It's time for our Football Fridays tailgate recipe of the week with celebrity chef Jay Ducote.
I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I really learned how to cook tailgating for LSU football.
Of BiteandBooze.com.
There's whole pigs cooking in Cajun microwaves and big cast iron pots of gumbo and jambalaya and red beans and rice and these amazing South Louisiana dishes. That's how I learned how to cook.
All right, wrapping up hour number one. Nobody's really super excited about this game. I don't want to say nobody. I don't want to speak in absolutes. I'm sure some people are. It's still LSU, Florida. But if there's something to look forward to, it's this. There's a freaking cooked gator in this studio right now. What's up, man? Jay Ducote, we got Skip, we got Coben, our friends from Chris's Specialty Foods here in studio.
Time to eat the gators.
They delivered. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate y'all for coming in as always, man. Y'all good?
100%.
We good.
Glad to be here.
Good, man. Good. All right, let's start with this thing. How big is that?
That's a 22-pounder, and it's about 4 feet.
22-pound, 4 feet.
Look at that tail on that guy.
So is he? All right. So walk me through the process of cooking an alligator like this.
So I had a Traeger at the shop, so I pulled him out the freezer, defrosted him. I injected him a lot. That helps with the crust on the outside.
Hell yeah, it does.
And then I put it on my Traeger at 225, and I smoked it for 6 hours.
6 hours. Jay, when you're cooking a gator, which I know you did this, was it last year or
2 years ago? So 2019.
Oh, the 2019
championship
game.
season, college game day. John
the
Goodman.
Quad. Yep.
Hanging out in the quad, cooking a gator.
Did you do that on a grill?
So it was on a Cajun microwave with a rotisserie on the top. So we had it spinning over coals, over a live fire in the quad for the college game day shots. It wasn't really the most efficient way to cook it. It was fun for TV.
For you, what would be, if you were recommending, let's say someone called Chris's, they order a gator, they're going to cook it tomorrow, maybe like after the game because this could be early game. But
True.
Like, what would you recommend? Let's say someone starts the day, kickoff at 11. What would you recommend they do?
So the way that Coben did it here, in a smoker or in a Cajun microwave, like you want it in a box, right? You want it in an oven, in a smoker, in something that's actually going to contain some heat. If you just do it over an open grill or that rotisserie where the heat's going out, you're going to basically char the outside before you're really cooking the inside. Alligator's not a huge animal, but like it's going to be hard to cook the inside of that tail and the inside of that carcass before you burn the outside, unless you have something that you're getting some convection heat and you're getting the heat to really get through it, like you would when you roast something or you smoke something low and slow, like you would a big piece of meat. I mean, that's a big tail on that gator there. So it's going to take longer.
What do you season it with?
Our Christmas specialty season.
So you just take that and just dab it all around the side? Yeah.
Cover it.
What would you use? I mean, their seasoning,
Yeah,
or is it
absolutely.
just that's all it would take though?
Yeah, so a Cajun seasoning like that, my JD spicy and sweet barbecue rub would be really good. A Slappy Mama or one of those kind of Cajun seasonings would work on it really well. There's lots of ways to go. My Louisiana molasses mustard would slap on this guy.
Would you do that before you cook it?
Yeah,
or after?
actually, you could do that kind of as a binder. Like put that molasses mustard down and then put that seasoning on there to let it bind before you put it in the smoker. That injection also that Coben talked about is a really good idea. What kind of injection did you use, Coben? Was it like a barbecue butter kind of injection?
Yeah, it was a Cajun barbecue butter.
I'm always fascinated when you see something like this. And if you're listening right now, like either get to CST or get to the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel so you can see what this looks like. Skip, let me ask you, if people want to order again, like how many of these will y'all sell in a week like this?
In New Orleans, in my New Orleans store, we sell a lot more of those because it's a niche item. It's not something you cook every day.
Yeah.
But when people come in from out of town and we have them, they get them because it's what they do.
Yeah.
This week, typically, we'll sell 20 to 30 of them.
It's Florida week, right? So I mean, people are going to do gators, yeah.
We'll sell a whole lot of alligator tail meat, just the 1 pound packs of tail meat.
Okay.
And then alligator smoked sausage as well. We have alligator sausage as well.
So even if people aren't going to do the full-on gator, they can still have gator meat.
They can get gator meat and do fried gator nuggets.
That's a good idea.
Grilled nuggets, whatever you do. Basically, whatever you do with chicken, you can do with gator meat as well.
For people that may be scared away at the thought of eating gator, is that what's the meats? Does it taste like chicken?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had gator. I'm just asking you for you to describe.
Maybe more like frog legs, but that tastes like chicken.
A little mealier, maybe.
Yeah, they're a little can be a little stringier,
A little more gamey.
Gamey. That's what I'm
little,
It's a little gamey.
fishier.
Yeah, a little gamey. But I love it. I think it's fantastic. Most people here
And we have plenty whole gators in stock.
Okay, so
they can walk into the store right now and pick one up.
So any of the stores. So there's Millerville.
Any of the ones in Louisiana, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking Millerville, Prairieville, which is on Airline Highway in Prairieville, the New Orleans store, which is Lakeview.
Correct.
So any of those three, you have whole gators if people want to.
Whole gators, tail meat, and sausages of any kind.
Okay, and so they can walk in. What time y'all close today? 6. So y'all got a couple hours. What about tomorrow? When do y'all open?
In New Orleans, we're open 9 to 6. In Millerville, they're 8 to 6.
8 to 6. Okay, so if you want to get there in the morning, you can. So maybe one of those recommendations where.
In Prairieville, I think it's 9 to 6 as well.
Okay, you start cooking it early enough in the morning, you could have it maybe after the game. Like maybe a late lunch type deal, 2:30, something like that.
Yep, absolutely. But that alligator sausage, alligator tail meat cooks up really quickly. You could do that, for breakfast on campus tomorrow morning.
What are we boozing with when you're eating alligator?
Well, man, I'm glad you asked. Whiskey.
Don't we all just need? Don't we all just need whiskey right now?
Yeah, especially everybody that made that trip to Kentucky last week. You bought up a lot of bourbon. Time to drink it. Really.
Yeah,
you might as well. We need something to drown our sorrows. It's a whiskey kind of a weekend. 11 a.m. kickoff. You just got to start early, go hard, drink whiskey. Sazerac rye could be a good way to go. But yeah, whatever bourbon, whatever rye, whatever scotch, whatever Irish whiskey you want to go for, just start early, go hard.
But with a gator with white meat, I mean, is that one of those things where you do white meat, white wine? Isn't that what people say? Is that not really a thing anymore?
I mean, yeah, you could. Sure.
Beer?
Some bubbles.
Yeah. It's 11 a.m.,
Yeah. Well, mimosas in the morning, sure, if you want to go that direction. But, also... just make yourself an old-fashioned or a Sazerac and get the day started.
I do like a good morning drink, like an old-fashioned or a Sazerac like that, a cocktail. All right, we got 60 seconds. Let's talk game. Give me a pick, Coben. What do you think? It's all right. You can be a homer if you want.
I got
It's good.
I got LSU by a field goal.
All right, I love it. I love it. All right, I love it. Skip, what you got, man?
I want to see Sage Ryan play because
I'm with you on that.
He's finally going to get a chance to play, I think, and a lot of those young guys who wouldn't typically get to play, they're going to get their chance, and I think they want to play.
That is the one thing. Whenever you have young guys who haven't got a chance to play, you do get some energy. That is very true. What you think, man?
I got 31-21 LSU.
LSU by 10?
Yeah.
LSU's a 12-point dog, and Jay's got them winning by 10. I love it.
Turn Vegas on their heads.
I love maybe we'll have Coach Jay Ducote next week.
Take that, sports
Hey,
books.
maybe they'll throw another shoe.
Dude, if that's what it takes, I'm in. All right, let's eat some gator. Let's get a win. Let's see if we can do it. Y'all enjoy the weekend. ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com. Chris, back-to-back S's, ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all for coming in.
Yes, sir.
All right, hour 2 next.
AFR.
Brought to you by GMFS Mortgage and GMFSmortgage.com. Changing lives since 1999. Home buy, refi, construction loans, GMFSmortgage.com. Check them out. And right there, you can find the local loan officer near you. So if you go to the website, you'll see at the top of the page, locations. Just hit that tab, and you can find the office or the local loan officer nearest you anywhere across Louisiana. I mean, they're outside of Louisiana as well, but they are born in Louisiana, more than $17 billion in loans. That's GMFS Mortgage since they've opened their doors. GMFSmortgage.com. I tell you all the time, if you want to buy a home, build a home, GMFS Mortgage can help. Right now, with interest rates at historic lows, which will not last forever, take advantage of these historically low rates, lower your monthly mortgage payment, shorten the life of your loan. GMFS Mortgage. Changing lives since 1999. GMFSmortgage.com.
And our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are now open for business and are ready to serve our customers with disaster relief employee pricing off I-10 in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crews at Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are going to do right by you.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
injury lawyers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Astros right-hander Lance McCullers Jr. not on the Houston roster for the ALCS. McCullers had to leave Game 4 against the White Sox with forearm tightness. Right-hander Jake Odorizzi gets that roster spot. ESPN's Eduardo Perez says Houston pitchers got Red Sox third baseman Rafael Devers out with a steady diet of fastballs in the regular season.
I want to see how the Houston Astros are going to attack Rafael Devers this time around. Are they going to the fastball, or are they going to switch it up and start going off-speed pitches, a pitch that he hits really well?
Eduardo Perez on KJ and Max, 2 lefty starters for Game 1 tonight. Framber Valdez for Houston, Chris Sale for Boston, 7:30 Eastern for the coverage on ESPN Radio. NFL injury updates. Giants quarterback Daniel Jones clears the concussion protocol. He's expected to start Sunday against the Rams. Saquon Barkley and Kenny Golladay are both out. Ravens wideout Sammy Watkins out for Sunday against the Chargers with a sore hamstring. Packers corner Kevin King out with a shoulder injury.
Want to know what's really scary? Seeing just how much you could have been saving by switching to Geico. They make it easy to bundle your home, car, boat, cycle, or RV insurance and save even more. No fortune tellers needed. Visit geico.com to see if saving money is in your future. Happy Geicoing.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold.
Okay,
you need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Dawan Cigar Bar, Matt.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yeah, right? It's a football Friday. It's LSU Florida week, and I actually kind of just more want to ask you about what happened to the Giants last night, because I don't think anybody wants to talk about the football game. You want to talk at all about the football game?
What LSU?
The LSU and Florida tomorrow at 11 a.m.?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, I guess we probably will at some point a little bit. Did you see the gator that they just had in here that you missed?
Mm-mm.
Jay Ducote and our guys.
They did the little gator?
It wasn't a little gator.
Was it big one?
He's a big one. He's much bigger than last year that they brought in. This is a big one.
Last year was a little cutie.
He was a little bitty. He's a little guy.
Little guy.
He was a little guy, like old Muse, like you.
Did you eat it?
Well, some of the they picked off some
Was
of
it
the
good?
cheek. Some of the cheek they called it.
How did it taste?
The cheek, really good.
What about? I thought you ate the tail.
They had tail meat. You get the tail meat, but the cheek meat. Coben was like, "This is my favorite part, is the cheek." And he pulled it right off the cheek and gave it to me. I was like, "It's like right down here, like under the arm."
Well, that's the armpit.
Yeah, the cheek, I guess.
That's an armpit.
That's what he said was cheek.
Or a lat.
A lat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what JT Daniels heard.
Do gators have lats?
I don't know.
They have cheeks on their lats.
I don't know.
Interesting.
You're interesting.
Who would have thought?
I don't know.
I want to talk about LSU football in a little while, but we can talk about the Giants too.
Do you 1 hour from right now, by the way, we'll have our Pick'em segment. Look forward to that. Did
I love playoff baseball, by the way. I'm a big fan.
Feel bad for the Giants.
I have an interesting letter this week that I'd like to share.
Oh, I would love to hear your letter.
It's
yeah.
I'm going off the cuff a little bit.
Oh,
changing kind of what we've been doing.
Off the cuff.
So, yeah, and it was just written.
Like while you were sitting in there.
Literally just now.
Well, no, you always do that. You just sit right there.
But I was in Blaine's office when I did it this time.
You didn't go in this office right here next to on this side of the wall. You went down the hall.
I thought about what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
And my original, what we've been doing is I've been writing a letter to the school that we've been playing.
Did Muso try to smoke the gator?
I didn't think that was funny, Muse.
I thought that was pretty funny.
It's 4:05 though. He's not in the mood yet. 15 more minutes.
That didn't even make any sense.
Well, yeah, you smoke a gator. You like to smoke.
Nah.
Oh, that was pretty good.
So I usually write this letter to the opposing team, but this week I'm writing it to LSU.
Oh. I just want to note, the last time you did something like this after a poor LSU performance, fans loved it.
Yep.
Wasn't so well received by some.
No, I literally had my pictures taken down.
Yeah.
From the locker room.
Yeah.
Jersey taken down.
Oh, so we're at that point where we can tell that now?
Was not allowed in the stadium anymore.
That's not true.
Okay, that's not
They
true.
can't prevent you from
But they took all
They
my
did
stuff
take
down.
all your stuff down.
Well, one guy did. One guy.
That happened. I can't believe you're actually saying that on air.
It was a little sensitive. It hurt my heart. It hurt my heart.
It's been a couple years, man.
Sometimes the truth hurts. This one's not like that.
That's been like 3 years.
It's been a while. So there's LSU football. You ready? Here goes.
I can't believe you said that on air.
It's true.
I know it's true.
I mean, it happened.
I know it happened.
I was flustered.
Wait, you were flustered?
I'm still a little flustered.
Oh, because that happened. I thought you meant, I wasn't sure if you were talking about during your comments.
I could have handled that differently, but whatever. It is what it is. Dear LSU football. Over my lifetime, I've watched the LSU Tigers football team grow into a national powerhouse. Mm-hmm. The Curly days, the DiNardo days were tough. It was not a whole lot of fun. But we made it through. Got through there somehow. And those days brought us some really good players. Some guys that I'll never forget. Kevin Fox of the world. And
Kevin Mawai.
And
Cecil Collins.
The Diesel.
So they have some really good players in those
guys.
Gabe Northern.
Broadmoor.
No, Alan Stansberry was from Broadmoor.
That's what I said.
No.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
But close.
Alan Stansberry went to Broadmoor. He was a stud. But Gabe Northern did not go to Broadmoor.
He went to Broadmoor.
No, he didn't.
Kevin Falk went to Broadmoor.
No, he didn't. He went to Karen Crow. The only person that Broadmoor has produced in the last 100 years was Alan Stansberry. Like, that's it.
And Billy Cannon.
And Billy Cannon Jr. Billy Cannon, the big Billy Cannon.
Jr.
No. Went to Estruma.
The Dirty Eye.
I think Billy Cannon Jr. went to...
What about the quarterback that went to A&M? Bucky Richardson.
Bucky Richardson. Was he a Broadmoor Buck? A Broadmoor Buck named Bucky?
Why wouldn't he be?
Well, I mean, according to that theory, everyone named Bucky will have gone to Broadmoor. And he might be the only person named Bucky, so maybe that fits. Actually, I do know another Bucky. But he didn't go to Broadmoor. And there's Bucky Dent.
Broadmoor guy?
No, not a Broadmoor.
Not a Broadmoor guy.
Nope. Ryan Richard.
Broadmoor guy.
Well, Catholic High. And then Broadmoor.
Then he got his mind right and went to Broadmoor.
Well, I love my guy, but he wanted to play quarterback, so he went to Broadmoor. I love my guy. He's my guy. Dave Mailer.
Broadmoor. David Mailer, Broadmoor.
Shout out.
Yep. Shout out to GameCoin. The DiNardo years and the Curly years were tough. Then Nick came along.
Yeah.
Nick Saban showed us what real leadership and elite coaching looked like, Muse. Couple that with the unusual amount of talent that we produce in our great state, And what you get is a top-notch football program.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
Program with the ability to compete for championships year in and year out. Unfortunately, Nick made the move to the NFL. I don't blame him one bit for trying his hand in that arena, and have no ill feelings toward Nick for that.
Same.
However, he left us with some dude who ate grass, said stupid crap in interviews, made questionable life choices, and ran power on 3rd and long every single time.
Did win a natty and played for another.
Despite all that, he somehow still managed to win 10-plus games a year, a couple SEC titles, and a natty. And once that tired act ran its course, the administration decided it'd be a good idea to hire the D-line coach that failed miserably at his last stop.
Not the administration. One administrator.
Good job. Sweet.
Who's awful at his job.
Let's try that.
Idiot.
See if that works.
Idiot.
Awesome. I'm all about second chances, but that experiment has proven to be a failure. Of course, he's done the same thing as the last guy, winning an SEC title as well as a natty. Despite all the other SEC schools laughing at us, the national media questioning us, LSU still had success. Why is that there, Maddie?
Because it's LSU, and you got a lot of talent in this state, and you got great resources and facilities, and I'm pretty sure a dead rabbit could have won a natty in 2019.
This place is just different. It's different than every other college town in America.
Yep.
We bleed purple and gold.
Yep.
We pull for a winner.
Yep.
No matter what sport that may be.
Yep.
You ask any kid from Louisiana.
We are front runners.
Doesn't count. Shreveport doesn't count, though. You can ask any kid from Louisiana that doesn't live in Shreveport.
Right. Got it.
What team they dream of playing for, and it's LSU. Not the Dallas Cowboys, the Atlanta Braves. It's the Louisiana State University Fighting Tigers. I know this.
What about Christian Harris?
He wanted to play here.
Booty Jones?
Yeah. We didn't recruit him.
Dylan Moses?
We screwed that up. We screwed it up.
Tim Williams?
Screwed it up. Now, the kid from
Devontae Smith?
The kid from New Orleans, Reggie Bush. Went to Broadmoor.
Reggie Bush is from New Orleans.
He went to Broadmoor.
So stupid.
Unfortunately, that cycle cannot go on forever, people. You can't continue to swing and miss on coaching hires. You can't continue to rely on superior talent and a rabid fan base that pumps money into your program to keep showing up. You can't continue to raise ticket prices, charge more for tailgating spots, increase concession prices, and not make the correct hires to lead your program. At some point, we will wash our hands of it. Hell, I know plenty of people that already have. Lifers. Lifelong season ticket holders who have checked out. Tomorrow will be a prime example of just what I'm saying. The upper levels will be empty. Tailgates will be weak. The team will play uninspired ball because half of them have chosen not to play, and they'll lose. It'll be ugly, and the place will be empty by the fourth quarter.
Well, it'll be empty by the fourth quarter, even if they were playing inspired ball in a meaningful game, because that happened against Auburn.
That's right. Here's the good news. Talent's not going anywhere. Fans aren't moving. They'll still live here. And all you have to do is not screw up this hire like you did the last two. Don't freaking mess us up, guys. Sincerely, Ryan.
Okay. Tap for further review. Brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. You want to come to Don Juan tomorrow with me and T-Bob? Hang out? People ask for you on whiskey and wine all the time.
Do they really?
They're like, man, if Theriot was here,
it'd be awesome. Yeah.
They say that all the time.
Do they? Okay. No, I probably won't, but
I know you're
maybe.
not.
What time are you going?
We start as soon as the game ends. Anytime but that, right?
It's a bad time.
Yeah, it's a bad time.
It's a bad time.
We're probably around 2:30.
I need a couple hours to not be pissed.
Or you come be pissed with everybody else. That's the point. That's what makes that show what it is. It's so raw. I mean, it's as soon as the game ends, boom, you open up a mic and you're broadcasting to people.
It's raw.
It is raw.
It is raw.
It was vulgar last week, too. It's vulgar every week, but T-Bob's brought it to a different level of vulgarity, and he's brought that out of me also.
He's a vulgar fella.
Yeah, he is.
That T-Bob. He's getting skinny, too.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, we'll do Kick Rocks when we come back. It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, November the 6th, that's a Saturday, over at the Baton Rouge General Hospital, they're having the Healthy Men Project launch. It's a free event. So if you're a male between the age of 30 and 50, are you that?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, good. So you're a male between the age of 30 and 50.
Yep.
Saturday, November the 6th, 8 to 10 a.m., they're having the Healthy Men Project kickoff.
Okay.
So this is an opportunity for you to get free health screenings, ask the expert stations, climbing demos from Uptown Climbing, coffee bar from CC's.
Oh, you can drink coffee.
Batting contests.
You can hit. Where's this at?
At the Baton Rouge General Hospital on Bluebonnet.
Awesome.
Register today at brgeneral.org. brgeneral.org. Definitely helps to have a head count. brgeneral.org. There's going to be grip tests as well.
Oh, I love those.
Balance assessments.
That's fun, too.
brgeneral.org.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Tonight, we invite you to celebrate life, wherever and whenever you can, understanding that time is never on our side. Instead, gather up your friends tonight and share a few stories and laughs over a good bottle of wine. Or maybe a family meal that gives everyone a chance to reconnect and remember what's really important, whether it's for a birthday, an anniversary, or simply to remind someone special that they are loved. Rafino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back, North Airway off of Airline Highway.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are now open for business and are ready to serve our customers with disaster relief employee pricing off I-10 in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crews at Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are going to do right by you.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
I got a buoy up.
Your mic's on. You're talking already over the air.
I got a buoy up.
Well, then tell people about Bowie Outfitters.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
Well, you don't get to interrupt me.
Just hold on. Sit tight. Sit tight, buddy.
Okay, everybody listening on the radio, just stop what you're doing. Theriot is going to find his Bowie Outfitters talking point, so then he can talk. Okay.
It's all about the Bowie Firearm Frenzy, October 27th. We're giving away 25 guns. It's also a full Ducks Unlimited banquet with food, beer, wine, a live and silent auction, and raffles. Oh, And did I mention we're giving away 25 guns?
What? Shut your face.
Get your tickets now.
You get your tickets now.
October 27th, the Bowie Firearm Frenzy. 8630 Perkins Road.
That's between Bluebonnet and Essen.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
5 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
p.m.
So you want to introduce your special guest here?
I got a special guest.
Come on, special guest. Introduce your special guest.
All right. I'm gonna my partner over at Traction.
Yeah.
Mack Chuilli.
Yeah.
From the West Bank of New Orleans. He's a lifelong Saints guy. We're gonna do a little Saints talk.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I want to talk
we
about the
Saints.
Saints.
We ain't doing none of that.
No, I want to talk
You know
Saints.
what we're doing? This chump is over here to pay up a bet is what he's doing here. That's what he's doing.
I thought we were doing Saints talk.
Chuilli, you want to know something? I'll tell you what. Better than Dwayne from Thibodeau, little punk. I can't say the rest of it. Still owes me $500. Where's he? I don't know. You know what? Chuilli lost a bet. He's here.
Paying up.
What's up, Chuilli?
I'm a little depressed.
You gotta be like on mic. Get close to mic. Yeah.
This is one of the more depressing days of the year for me. It's beginning to be a regularity over the last few years.
That's not true because you won the last 2 years.
Not last year.
Yeah, you did.
Did I really?
You won last year.
Okay, maybe I did.
Remember I brought that big bomb bottle of tequila to your house? The decorative,
That's right. That was great, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome. What did I get you? Trying to remember the name of it. Someone will tell me. It's the one that looks like the artistic blue and white bottle. I can't remember what it's called.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
I got a bottle of that at the house right now.
Is it the same one I got you last year?
I actually bought a bottle of that when I got this, whatever this is right here.
What'd you get? What is it?
Wait, hang on. Let's set the stage real quick to let the audience in. So every year. So this is Mack Chuilli. He is the founder, the CEO of Traction, good friend, business partners with Theriot. But Mack and I are better friends. Theriot's not really anybody's really good friend. He's just a business partner.
We tolerate him.
Acquaintance.
I
have a lot of acquaintances.
Great word. Acquaintance is perfect.
That is.
We just kind of know each other a little bit.
So Mack and I have a bet every year. When the baseball season starts, we look at the projected win totals. I take the Yankees. He's a fake Cubs fan. So we go through the season. No pushback on that?
I'll have my moment.
All right, okay. Oh, remember whose show it is. Bro, you have a moment. I'll let you have a moment. Right,
you can't just mute me like you do on my phone calls now.
No, I can mute you. I can tell Musso if he's it's 4:22, so Musso might be gone by now. Actually,
that's gonna kick in. I give him like 2 minutes.
He's only Paul. I love when Paul laughs.
Musso's
like
on cloud nine.
If Paul's laughing, I'm like, oh, that was pretty good. Yeah. So season starts. Mack and I look at the win totals, and you get the difference in the game. So this year, I think he got the Cubs plus 17.5.
That's right.
And boy, I was in trouble for a long time. And then the Cubs decided to quit and play a bunch of AAA guys.
Yeah, I'm putting a clause in next year that if you sell off your whole team, that bet is void.
It is not void.
They traded everybody.
They traded everybody.
Everybody.
The Schwarber, gone.
Bye.
Chris Bryant, gone.
Javi Baez,
gone. Rizzo, gone.
And then to the Yankees, which made it worse.
And he did homer in the postseason.
That's right. That's right.
Although I don't like to count that because I hate the wild card game. I didn't even watch it. I did not even watch the wild card game. Anyway, so Mack lost, and so he's here to pay whiskey to me because, dude, I had won the first several years, and you, like, I'm telling you, the last two I think you won two of the last three or three of the last four. You've been on a little heater. I won the first two, and then you went on a little bit of a heater.
Yeah, I bounced back. You know, it's kind of been roller coaster. I'm just hoping that, you know, we had this little sell-off year, and things will change next year. The Cubs look good towards the end of the year outside of having to play the Cardinals, which actually cost me this bet because we fought back after y'all lost about 10 in a row at one point. I was pretty fired up about that.
They won 10 in a row.
Yeah.
Guys could even get back in it.
Yeah.
I told people down the stretch, Chuilli, that I didn't even care. Like, I knew this Yankees team wasn't going to win anything. I knew it. But the only thing I really cared about was winning this bet.
Me too. The only reason to watch the Cubs at the end of the year was to see if I was going to win this bet. But
how close was it, this bet?
It ended up not close.
Not close.
A couple games, 3 or 4 games.
There was a point in time it was close.
I think almost to the last week of the season.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think it ended up 3.
It was a blowout early. You were winning. You crept back in there because the Cubs stunk in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
and then you crept in. I think you might have taken the lead.
By the All-Star break,
he was rolling.
Cubs and Yankees had the same record, so I was up
17 games. Yeah.
And then the sell-off happened, and then I was down about 10
He's up
games.
17
yeah.
games?
Oh, yeah. You forget how bad the Yankees were the first half.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
the
bad.
Yankees.
All right, so what'd you give me, Chuilli? Let's roll.
What we got?
All right.
Oh, by the way, wait, real quick, before we do that, we're about to do Kick Rocks. I would like to know, could you please play a Kick Rocks drop, Muso?
Kick Rocks.
That is Mack Chuilli. He is the voice of Kick Rocks. We stole Kick Rocks because that's his saying.
Hold on. Do it again.
Kick Rocks.
Okay,
no, you do it.
Kick Rocks.
No, that wasn't right.
That wasn't good. That wasn't good.
Kick Rocks.
All right, good.
Kick Rocks.
A little better.
He's too deep.
No, you want to know why? Because the recording is from his phone. Like, I called him when I was like, hey, I just need you to say Kick Rocks. And so I was like, get on down the road, do the other one.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
That's Mack Chuilli.
Say that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
I like that.
You know what's funny?
That was good.
You know what's funny? It's like we're trying to get him to imitate himself. Don't just do the natural thing that you do. I need you to imitate yourself.
Well, you change it up a little bit.
No, do
yourself.
You grew up on the West Bank. Do the super West Bank, like super New Orleans
super
accent.
West Bank,
like big time New Orleans
like
accent.
Terrytown.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
There you go. Yep, there was. It's a walk-off. It's a walk-off. All right, so wait, you heard the man. Kick Rocks.
It's now time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick Rocks.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick Rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
All right, so Mack is going to do Kick Rocks live.
So
we don't need Musa to hit the drops.
No, he's good.
Are you nervous, Mack?
Mix in a couple.
No, I can normally say that pretty good.
All right.
Mix in a couple get on down the roads, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like when it's a good one.
I mean, really feel it a little bit. Feel it a little.
Let's try it.
Super New Orleans, like just like when you were a kid growing up, like
yeah,
super New Orleans guy, like West Bank guy.
Yep.
Were you from Harvey?
No, I'm actually from Metairie.
From Terrytown?
Theriot likes to exaggerate.
Do you like, is MC Thick?
Wagaman? Grew up in Wagaman.
Are you from Gretna?
Is MC Thick your favorite artist? Well, the fellas be yelling, Morero. You remember that song?
I do.
Cruising down the street, real slow.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the Giants and Dodgers, Los Doyers?
No.
El Giantes and Los Doyers series?
No.
Okay. I did, because I played for both of them. And it was the two best teams in baseball, because I guess you hate baseball. But I did watch the series. I think the winner of that's going to win the World Series.
Last Friday, by the way, for the record, you sat in that chair and said it was going to be the Rays and the Brewers.
I changed my mind. Changed my mind.
And neither team is still playing.
Right.
Facts.
I changed my mind. I did that last year, too.
Awful.
This is bad.
Awful pick. Yeah. Awful pick.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, it really was. It was a bad pick.
Mac?
However.
Facts. Awful pick.
No.
Kick rocks.
Thank you.
Here we go. That was good. That's perfect.
You know what you can do?
Kick rocks.
Got it.
You got to have more. I need more,
yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Hey, you know what you can do?
Give me
Kick
more
rocks.
Cafe Du Monde in it.
A little more Cafe Du Monde?
Yeah.
A little Cafe au lait?
Yeah, give me some Cafe au lait in it.
Is it Olay or is it Olay? Cafe au lait. Olay.
I don't know. Mac would know. He's the New Orleans guy.
No, he's from the West Bank. He's not from New Orleans.
That's right.
Yeah.
Different country.
Yeah. Completely different.
So anyway, I'm watching the Los Doyers versus the El Giantes last night, and it was a good game, 1-1 going into the 7th, I believe. The Dodgers are the better team, 100%. And I don't think the Giants could have won the World Series. However, it was a good game, and like Skip Bertman always says, I don't want to lose that way. He'd go, I don't want to lose that way. And you go, I don't want to lose like that. Well, the Giants lost like that. They lost on a check swing. Although the kid wasn't going to get a hit off of Max Scherzer anyway because he was 0 for 17 lifetime. An 0 for 17 is not like he's due to get a hit. An 0 for 17 means the guy owns you. You're not getting.
You stink.
You're going to be 0
That's
for 100 if you face him 100 times. But
stink.
regardless, Gabe Morales, the first base umpire, totally missed the check swing call. He did not go. He banged him. Game over, and that's how the Dodgers won. And Gabe Morales, for doing that, you can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Hey, bro, it's a family show.
Well, he didn't bang him like that.
Simmer down, Ryan.
He didn't like bang him.
Simmer down now.
You following this Kyrie Irving thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
That whole situation can kick rocks. I really don't know how I feel about it. but I think it's stupid because Uncle Drew's good. He's a good player. I want to watch him play.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks the Earth's flat. He's always good for some good sound bites and
It's a little weird. Yeah.
does some weird stuff. And we're not going to get that, so that can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
And then my last
It throws
one,
me off a little every time.
Yeah, it's not good, actually.
I'm so programmed to expect to hear.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Kick rock.
I'm so programmed to hear that, and instead I hear.
Kick rocks.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm going to get on cue here.
Yeah.
This is new to me.
I just need it organic, Mac. I don't need it to sound programmed. I don't need you to sound. Think of it like a concert, right? You go to a concert, you don't expect the band to play the song exactly like it sounds in the studio recording.
I do, and I hate when they don't. I hate that. I do. I hate
That's why
that.
you go to a show, to watch them perform.
But I want it to sound like what it sounds like
Well,
on
then
the
just
radio.
play a CD in your car.
It has to be close.
It has
Can't
to
be
close.
totally different.
I hate when they go totally off, and that pisses me off. Like I went to the Boyz II Men concert a couple years back when they were over it, and they did On Bended Knee, but they did it wrong. And
they're also like 60 years old now.
That's not what I was looking for.
It's just it's not going to sound the same. Like
It didn't sound the same. It sounded bad, and I didn't like it.
Hmm.
If you have an electric bike, you can kick rocks.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
You don't buy a bicycle with pedals.
Yeah.
To put a freaking motor on it.
To not pedal, right?
Okay. All right. So that's first.
It's exercise.
First, if you have one of those, you can kick rocks.
You power. First. You have to say kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Second.
Got it.
If you have an electric bike and you ride it around town, I need you to understand a few things. Number one, it's not a freaking motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay? You can't get in traffic as if you're a motorcycle. You stay on the sidewalk. It's a freaking bike.
Is that true?
Yes.
Or because it has a motor, it can't go on a sidewalk?
No, it's got to go on the sidewalk. It's a bicycle.
But if it's a law, if it has a motor, I don't think it can go on the sidewalk.
Well, how can you put that in the street?
You do. It's part of traffic.
Do golf carts go on the sidewalk or the street?
Golf carts can't go on the street. That's illegal. I don't think.
Golf carts go on the street.
Have you ever been in U Club?
That's that place.
What a disaster.
Jeez.
It's a rule.
Don't
You
get me
cannot live
started
there.
on you stupid parents that let your 7-year-olds drive golf carts in U Club. I mean, and look, Halloween's coming too. I'm telling you right, and you mark my words right now. It's at one point, and I do not wish this on anybody, but at some point it's going to happen. One of those little 5-year-olds driving the golf cart, doing a TikTok with their friend, in their dad's golf cart's gonna wreck. Something bad's gonna happen.
Okay.
Kick rocks.
Parents
I'm
are
assuming that was a kick
Parents
rocks.
your
right
kids.
Hey,
Parents your kids.
By the way, is Halloween in Baton Rouge trick or treat on Saturday or Sunday? Do we know yet?
It's on the 31st.
Are you positive? Because I haven't found that anywhere.
Can I say a kick rocks?
Yeah, please.
yeah,
Well, I'd
do
love
it,
to hear
do it.
this.
They can kick rocks, all of these people that are getting it confused because I don't know when it is either.
Yeah.
Halloween?
It's like Saturday, Sunday,
Well,
some
I
in
don't,
the
think
neighborhood
EB,
one
I don't
Saturday.
think EBR has announced yet. Like West Baton Rouge has announced, Ascension, Livingston, New Orleans, have all announced. EBR hadn't announced.
When are they doing it? The
I
other
don't.
ones. The other
Some-
ones.
Isn't Halloween on Halloween?
Yeah, but that's a Sunday. So some are doing trick or treat on Saturday, which is stupid. Because I'm trying to get out of town. I'm trying to go to New Orleans, have a night out for the open date. We always do that on the open date.
What about the kids that show up on Sunday on Halloween and think it's Halloween?
Yeah.
But
it's
I
not
would
Saturday.
100% done both.
Both
There
nights?
ain't no absolutely. If I was
no,
a kid,
I'm not doing both nights.
If I
That
was a
can kick
kid,
rocks.
Haldane texted me. It's Sunday.
Sunday, okay, good.
Thanks to the brain. Not even the producer on the show anymore, but still contributing. While Muso is
I'm used to over
is
this.
kissing the sky.
Eats edibles over there the whole time and
That
freaking
is-
hits his bong in between the
what he's got.
and the break over there.
I've heard about that.
And that's what he does.
Moose?
That's kind of the word on the street.
Can you tell?
No, he's a guy.
You good? You done?
He's a guy.
Done?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we're late for a break. Stick around. It's AFR. Do you have to go or are you staying?
I'm good as
All
long
right,
as
hang on,
you.
because you can give me my whiskey next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Hancock Whitney. HancockWhitney.com to find a financial center near you. HancockWhitney.com. Or just walk into one of the financial centers across the Gulf South. 120 years. For 120 years, Hancock Whitney's mantra has been your dreams, our mission. So Hancock Whitney, every single day, they make those dreams a reality. If your dream is to own a home or to go on that dream honeymoon that you never got to take, or maybe it's saving to put your kid through college. That's what Hancock Whitney and the financial professionals at Hancock Whitney work toward every single day, just like they've done for more than 120 years. The other awesome thing about Hancock Whitney, and I know this because Hancock Whitney is my bank, is that no matter where I go throughout the Gulf South, there's always Hancock Whitney branches wherever I go. So I take my bank with me wherever I go. HancockWhitney.com. Hancock Whitney, member FDIC. Learn more online. HancockWhitney.com.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines, fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, Pick'em segment about 22 minutes from right now. Having some fun. Theriot, Mack Chuilli in studio. Mack, of course, founder, CEO at Traction. I guess at times, even though I like to mess with Mack, it is worth noting his credentials. The guy did play like arena football and was somewhat, I guess, moderately athletic at some point in his life.
Best backup quarterback of all time.
You backed up Herb Tyler in the Arena League,
I know.
you?
I make Herb say that in every interview. Best backup quarterback ever.
So Mack has trained a lot of the pro over at Traction. He's trained a lot of the pro guys for a lot of years. A lot of guys who you hear on the show, from Ryan and RC and Garrett Temple. I mean, a lot of guys from here, and then
Bregman and
Bregman. A lot of guys who've come back. So Mack, I do love to prod him, but he's actually moderately good at what he does from time to time, sort of. Even though he's from Harvey. All right, so give me my booze, you pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
All right, unfortunately, I have to present this guy with his Calumet 15-year.
Let's go!
Apparently, this is pretty good. I've never drank it before. I did have my wife, shout out to Miss Jill Chuilli, wrap it in the little Cubs colors for you. She did this cute thing where she scrapes the...
I see it.
And it curls up. I thought that was impressive. I never saw that before, but here you go.
And I love her handle, Jilly Chuilli.
I honor this
I love
bet.
the alliteration. Thank you. Perfect. How about that? A man of his word. Hey, Dwayne from Thibodeau.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it, Dwayne from Thibodeau. Yep. You're a man. You be a man of your word, Dwayne from Thibodeau. Right here, Paulie. Come right here on me. Dwayne from Thibodeau, this is what a man does, okay? When you make a bet and you lose, you pay up your bet, punk.
Chump.
If I ever see you in person,
chump.
You know what it's going to go down like? My cousin Vinny. When the big dude was holding the wad of cash, like, hey, little sissy boy, I got, and he decked him right in the face and stole the wad of cash out of his hands. That's what I'll do if I ever see you.
Hey, man, be careful. I know a lot of people from Thibodeau.
I don't care.
You know?
This dude owes me $500.
Kind of like the people from the West Bank. Just be careful, man.
Dude owes me $500.
You know, my West Bank
Called this
people
show
have
every
y'all
day.
marked right now.
No, but let me just
from all y'all's
let me
comments.
explain something to you. He tried to fight Captain America at a football game, him and T-Bob. Wasn't it Captain America?
No.
Who was it?
Was it Captain America?
It was, yeah. No.
It was the guy.
I was one of the Avengers. I remember
He
that.
tried to fight
the
an
guy
Avenger.
from New Orleans.
Yeah.
He's from the West Bank.
Well,
You
he's
probably
like the
know
new
him. Y'all
Captain
probably grew up
America.
He read the hype video.
Yep.
From the championship year.
I know who you're talking about.
I didn't know who he was.
He's trying to fight superheroes.
This guy was trying to break my phone. No. Bro, I was so sick that day. I swear that was SEC championship game 2019.
I remember that.
I swear I had COVID. Like it was before anyone knew what COVID was. I swear I had COVID. It was the
Probably
sickest.
so.
It was the sickest I've ever felt in my life. And that dude was trying. He was drunk and he was trying to take my phone from me. And the big dude behind him might have killed, like literally might have killed me. But bro, we were about to have a problem. I think I might open this up.
Yeah, you ought to try it.
I think I will. I love this. All right, so 15 year. We are at 105 proof. Love that.
You're getting hammered.
15 years the sweet spot. Like it's like a steak. You know what I mean? Like you can undercook a steak, you can overcook a steak. Same with whiskey. You can underage whiskey, you can overage whiskey. Yeah, absolutely. So you find the sweet spot. For me, that 15-year sweet spot.
Perfect.
So they made that 15 years ago?
Shout out to the guy at Calandro's who told me which one to get because I had no idea.
Who was it? Taylor?
I don't know the guy's name.
Okay.
You think I asked the guy's name?
Did he have a beard?
They have a name tag?
Guys, I don't know. I just
Did he have
said
a beard?
Yeah, beard.
Beard. It was Taylor.
Maybe.
He had a beard? Was
Or
he?
you just
did he have
guessed?
dark
I
hair?
just guessed.
Did he have a hat and a beard? Was he wearing a hat?
Matt, I have no idea.
Was he wearing a hat?
Was it
No idea.
Was it a man? Or
How do you not know if a guy was wearing a hat?
I didn't think I would be.
You didn't
asked
look at the
his
guy?
description.
Inquisition.
Were your eyes closed when you bought it?
All right,
No, I
Chuilli.
said, hey, which one of these should I get? The 14 or how much do you want to spend?
With your eyes closed?
Whatever, just which one's better? 15. I said, okay, boom, here we go.
All right, Chuilli. Does LSU have a chance to win tomorrow?
No.
Why not?
Because they have had problems all year, and they're down almost all of their elite players.
I know.
And Florida still has a lot to play for.
Do you think they should play Garrett Nussmeier?
No.
Why not?
Save him.
What do you mean save it?
Keep him healthy. Keep him. That line isn't great right now. You know, it isn't going to help him to get out there. I think Max has played fine. I think that he gets a lot of heat for no reason. I think it's been tough for him with the type of offense they've ran and the line play. I think that he's had a tough go of it, and I think he's handled it well. I don't see why you wouldn't keep him going.
Are people saying they're going to play Nussmeier? Is that a thing?
I don't think so. We're just short on time, so I'm going rapid fire to squeeze info out of Chuilli. There's this narrative that LSU strength and conditioning is to blame for the injuries. Do you buy that?
No.
Okay, why?
I know the guys over there, and I wouldn't think that would be the issue. You know, I think there's a lot of problems with preparation on this team. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but
I do.
You know, they don't look prepared for most games right now.
Mm-hmm.
Scheme wise or
both? Mentally, physically, all of it.
Did you learn that on the West Bank?
Maybe
they're hanging out with Musso.
I'm telling you, you guys are marked. All my West Bank people out there, y'all remember this, right? We ride or die together in New Orleans, so.
Yeah, I told you.
You know, next time you go to a Saints game, it's going to be more than Captain America coming after you.
Hey, Chuilli, what's the Saints record going to be?
Kind of what it is, 9-8, 10-7. I think they're going to be up and down all year. I think it's depends on how good Sean Payton schemes every week. I think it's going to be.
What are you shaking your head for?
What's the record right now?
3-2.
3-2.
I mean, before the season, I picked
playoff team.
Before the season, I picked them 9-8, but I said I hope they could fall one game on the other side and get to 10-7. They'd be a playoff team.
Yeah.
It's very doable. But they're going to get back Michael Thomas and David Onyemata and Traquan Smith and Quan Alexander, like Marcus Davenport, Will Lutz. They're getting like 10 starters back.
Who's throwing
Eric
the
McCoy,
ball?
Teron Armstead. The guy who's been throwing to basically you and me all season.
That guy stinks.
I
And
agree
Sean
with Sconey
Payton
on that.
stinks. He doesn't
Me
know
and
what
you
he's
and
doing.
Sconey could play wide receiver for the Saints right now. Now, look, I'm not a big Michael Thomas guy. I think that
Yeah, what a chump. Just set the NFL record for most catches in a season.
he also made Jimmy Graham look like a Hall of Famer, too. He's been great since he
What does
left
that
the
mean?
Saints. Drew Brees. So if you expect Michael Thomas to catch 110 and all that with Jameis, I'd put a whole bunch of whiskey on that one.
Okay.
So
100 receptions. Well, not in this season, obviously,
No.
because he's missed half the year.
All right, so just table it over. What's 100 receptions over a 16-year schedule? Do the math. You're good at that.
It's 17 games now.
But I'm saying his average,
Yeah.
100 over 16. If he comes back for 10 games, what's that? What's that per game?
Well, that would be 10. No, six. I don't know. I'm terrible
12,
at math.
13.
I'm literally, I'm the worst at math.
Yeah.
My ACT score, my whatever was like English and reading comprehension was like a 30.
Well, we'll figure it
math
out.
and science was like a 12.
We'll get one of these guys to do the math for us.
Can I do? Can I?
No,
can I do it
Muso's
on, like-
high. There's no way.
Yeah, he's high.
No, they usually are pretty good. You know, think clearly.
All right, so you think so? He's got to hit his per game average.
Per game average for the rest of the season.
All right, so what are we betting?
What? Another bottle.
All right,
Let's
we
do
got
it.
it. I got another bet.
No, do more than
Saints
that.
wide
Do two
receivers don't
bottles.
even catch that many balls a game, much less Michael Thomas.
He's going to be the only one that they have. He's going to get every target. They're
Okay.
going to target him 20 times a game.
The only good player is Alvin Kamara. That's it, and he's leaving. Just like what's his name left? Anthony Davis. He's leaving New Orleans, and then the Saints are leaving. They're out of New Orleans. It's
No,
done.
that's not true.
The Saints are gone.
He's basically
What's her
trolling.
name? Gave the team up. She's
He's
giving it up
trolling
to.
the Saints YouTube channel people. He doesn't know that this, though, isn't going on the Saints YouTube channel.
It's
So you can
the
just
truth.
stop.
It's the truth.
You can stop.
They got one good player.
Thank you for coming in, Chuilli.
It was a blast, man. Thank you for having me. Unfortunately, under these circumstances, you can kick rocks.
You can kick rocks is what you can do. I got my booze. All right, it's AFR. Ask Ryan next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. Every home, listed by every company, all in one place. Agent225.com. Agent225.com. Got this message earlier today on Facebook from my buddy Nick Simino. Shout out, former MBS Pelican. No Nick forever and ever and ever.
Shout out MBS.
Hey, how about that? The Chuillis go to MBS.
That's
Nick
right.
Simino said, hey, man, wanted to tell you we're using Darren James to sell our current house and buy our new house after hearing you recommend him for years on radio. I'm so glad we chose him. They've been super easy to work with. They've been very responsive, even later in the evenings when most people have finished their workday. That's Darren James. That's what I've been telling you all about for more than a decade. There is nobody that works harder for his clients than Darren James, and nobody gets results like Darren. That's why he's in the top 1% of realtors in America. 335-7666, 335-7666, or agent225.com for Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
And our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are now open for business and are ready to serve our customers with disaster relief employee pricing off I-10 in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crews at Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are going to do right by you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, down the stretch we come. Well, not really. Final segment of hour number 2, I should say. We will get to our Pick'em segment coming up right after the top of the hour. As we put a button here on hour number 2, we do Ask Ryan. You know the drill. Get your questions in. You can tweet your questions at Matt Moscona, at 1045 ESPN. You can jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat on the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel, or you can text the show in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. All right. Where are we? Oh, Anthony Mackie, by the way, is who we were looking for. Anthony Mackie, Captain America. Joey Holloway, shout out to you. Well, there's Matty Ice. A lot of Clase Azul. Thank you, Ryan C. I should have been checking this during the show because that's
What did you say? Clase Azul?
That's the tequila I got Mack last year. Was the Clase Azul? It's a bottle. It looks like a piece of art. It's like.
Is it the white one? The white and blue one?
White and blue. Yes, that's it.
I've got one of those.
No, you don't.
Yeah, when we won the World Series in San Francisco, we had they made custom whatever with it's like white and blue and it's tequila.
Can I have it?
It's old. I mean, it's old now.
You didn't open it?
No.
Can I have it?
Well, it's got the same SF thing on it. Like,
well, I don't want the bottle. I just want the juice.
I'll give you the juice.
Okay, I just poured it in a different bottle. I'll take that.
Sure.
Okay, great.
Do you want that with all my stuff? Because I have good whiskey, but I'm not going to drink it. I just want the bottles.
Yeah. What do you have? Are you kidding me? What do you have?
I've got stuff, I think. It's good. I don't know. It's expensive stuff.
Jackpot. Like what else?
Is Blue Label good? I've got a couple bottles of that.
That's good. Johnny Walker Blue is good, yeah.
It's good. Let's see. I'll take the picture of what I got. And I'll just put. I want something in there, so maybe I'll just put some like gas station stuff in there, or maybe
just put some Jack Daniels in there.
Right, and then I'll give you the other stuff.
Give me the good stuff.
Perfect. I just want the bottles.
I'll put them in decanters. I'll put it in decanters so I know what it. I'll label it. And I'll know what it is, and I can display it and drink it.
Yeah. Deal. Awesome.
What a great day!
Isn't that awesome?
This is the best day ever.
Yeah.
So good.
There you go. Awesome. Cool.
Ask Ryan. Can I get some credit for you changing Musso's drop to Because I Got High since I asked about it a few weeks ago?
Yeah, sure. Who is that?
Gulf South.
Thanks, Gulf South.
You got it.
Yeah, shout out.
Greg Lehman, ask Ryan, did they give you your stuff back that was hanging at LSU?
I don't know what happened to it. And one of the pictures got destroyed, like broken. Tough day for me.
But what do you mean?
I was sad when that happened.
Brad Darensburg, is this not the same Mack Chuilli I grew up with Jefferson on the East Bank? Couldn't be.
It can't be because this guy grew up. He's from Marrero.
Different guy.
Yep.
Ron Zarang. Matt, ask Ryan, will you be coming down to Thibodeau anytime soon? HUDCO is doing my roof, my mom and my dad's roof, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law's roof.
Bam!
That's 5 roofs for the Zarangs. Wow.
Hello.
I'd like to see if Ryan would sign my Cubs jersey that had his name on the back that I've been saving since he played for the Cubs, or if I could send it with Rob and he would sign it at the HUDCO office.
Yeah. Yes and yes. Yes, I'll sign it. For sure. No doubt about it. Send it with Rob. Or not.
The worst thing you do is you promise stuff.
I'll sign it.
Okay.
I mean.
Carl Alexander asked Ryan, what size bat do you use? I need one to buy for my 12-year-old who is about Ryan's size.
I swung a 33.5 most of my career, and then I went to
AFR.
DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. You want to play some fantasy?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Ryan's not going to do it.
Nope.
DraftKings. You're so sore.
I don't play fantasy.
You're so sore about the guy saying the 12-year-old.
Why did you read that? That's not even funny.
I wasn't doing it on purpose. I just read
stopped.
them.
I'm much bigger than 12-year-olds.
I slowed down into it.
Much bigger than 12-year-olds.
DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use the code Baton Rouge. Download the DraftKings app. Use the code Baton Rouge. Major League Baseball playoffs, DraftKings. NBA season, NHL, DraftKings. NFL, DraftKings. Use the code Baton Rouge.
One word.
One word. All smushed together. Baton Rouge.
Together.
Where? DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app or go to DraftKings.com. Official daily fantasy partner of NFL, DraftKings.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside, off the bench, Hunt and Hill, the early line. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person. Connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
Front to Back Boat Service has been family owned and operated for 30 years. And the Sherman family is NMEA certified. That's the National Marine Electronics Association at Front to Back. They are committed to improving the safety and technology of marine electronics through installer training, interface standards. And look, the fall and the winter, it's the perfect time to do that yearly maintenance you've been putting off. Get those parts you've been wanting. So schedule your appointment today at Front to Back, North Airway off of Airline Highway.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hand injury lawyers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. The Astros won't have right-hander Lance McCullers Jr. for the ALCS against the Red Sox. He's out with a right forearm injury. Game 1 of that series tonight in Houston. We'll have it starting at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. MLB expanded the playoffs to 16 teams for last year's shortened season. This year, it was back to the usual 10 teams. But ESPN's Buster Olney believes there could be changes coming in the playoff format next year.
I think they will look at it, but within the context of a larger restructuring of the playoffs moving forward. I think it's going to be expanded dramatically next year, perhaps up to 14 teams.
Buster Olney on Get Up. Panthers running back Christian McCaffrey will miss his third game in a row Sunday with a sore hamstring. The Panthers host the Vikings. The unbeaten Cardinals make a trade with the Eagles today to get tight end Zach Ertz. In return, Philadelphia gets cornerback Tay Gowan and a fifth-round pick. Ertz can't play Sunday against the Browns because he already played in Week 6 last night for the Eagles.
We're back on Monday reacting to a huge week in the NFL, and we've got some great matchups, including the Patriots still trying to get their first home victory. That's Monday morning. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right. You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Mack.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yusuf. We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us, you bro.
Yeah.
All right. As we start hour 3, it's time to do some college football picks. The biggest game of the football weekend. Games of the football weekend. You want to introduce our celebrity guest picker?
I'd love to.
Okay. Who you got this week?
When you need a roof, call someone you know. Moscona and Theriot.
I mean,
All you need is
Florida week's a big week.
Yep.
Figured I'd come strong this week.
Richard Tilley.
I'd come strong this week.
Sam Hay.
The Hudco. The Hudco song. I'd like to introduce
Jeff Hudson. Sherry Hudson. Shout out. John Michael Garcia.
Sherwood Middle's.
Oh, the theme song stopped.
Sherwood Middle's finest. Erica Keller Moscona.
Hello, how are y'all?
Erica, thanks for coming on and agreeing to be a guest picker this week.
No problem.
What a
know
surprise.
You're busy.
What a surprise.
Flattered that you called and asked me again.
We're
Wow.
all stunned. Look,
Appreciate your time.
Celebrity guest picker.
Know
It's
you're
Erica
busy.
again. Yay.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Hey, babe, how are you today?
Hey, Erica. I'm doing okay. How are you today?
Great. I'm way more excited to talk to you than you are to me. It sounds
How
fun.
was your day?
Fantastic.
Oh,
It was
really?
a great day at St. Jude's School. No, it's fantastic. I love St. Jude. Love my job. I love my kids, and it was great. It's phenomenal.
Do you love your walkout song?
Every day.
Love my walkout song. And guess what I got today? I got 2 coffee deliveries during carpool today, by the way. 2 different people brought me and our assistant principal who do carpool every morning coffee.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? I said, we need to sign up, Genius, for coffee delivery to carpool. It's amazing.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. Fabulous day.
Every day when I get off air and I get in the car and I call Erica, I was like, how's your day? She goes, oh, it's good. Busy but good.
Yeah, busy but good.
Same answer.
Every day.
Every day.
I'm always in the middle of doing something
There's
when you call me.
there's no reason for me to even ask. Like, you know what I do when I ask her that and she replies? I mouth it in the car. I go,
Because I'm in the middle of something. I'm always doing Drew's meds or fixing your dinner.
I always
so
try
I'm
to give you a
focused.
thoughtful response. When you say, how was your day? I was like, oh, it was a good day. Got to go to this, that, and this went well, whatever. I actually give some specifics about my day.
I do that in person when you get home. I tell you stories and do that kind of stuff. But on
And
the
that's
phone,
when I'm sitting down trying to eat my dinner and just in peace.
You want silence.
And I want silence.
And
I need to decompress and then like it's like those toys with the wind up tool on the back and it's like I'm like hey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat my dinner outside.
Oh.
It's just rude,
I just
bro.
need 5 minutes. I need 5
You want to know
minutes.
why she makes cookies for T-Bob?
dinner is
That's why she
served.
makes
I mean,
cookies for
Jesus.
T-Bob.
I just need 5 minutes.
Yeah.
just need
T-Bob's got lots of cookies coming this week, Ryan. Don't worry.
I mean, I don't blame you. Maybe he listens. Does he
I know.
listen?
And I made
Listen.
Lucky Lemons last week, and I heard those are a hit.
All you got to do is listen, bro.
Yeah. Thanks,
She
Ryan.
won't make pastries for other men. She liked that. You hear that? That was a real laugh. That's a real one, too.
Oh, all right. What's going on?
All right.
All right, let's do some picks here. By the way, Paul O'Neill
Yes.
has gone back and tabulated the season results.
Okay.
Paulie, how did we do last week?
Erica and Matt, 6-1.
Matt Moscona, 6-1 last week.
Good job, Matt.
Erica Moscona, 6-1 last
Good job, Erica.
What?
Ryan the Riot, 4-3 last week.
Okay. That's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
You know what there, E-Rock?
What?
On the season,
Yeah.
Matt Moscona, 20-16.
Ooh.
4 games over 500.
Okay.
Ryan Theriot, 20-16.
Okay.
Identical
Yes.
records.
Yes.
Erica Moscona, 21
What?
and 15.
Oh, my God. That is amazing.
You're winning by a game.
Oh, my gosh.
So you have half a season to blow it. Actually, this is the worst thing that could have happened because now you know how competitive I am. Paul has locked me in now.
He's going to cheat
He
big
has
time
locked
now.
me in
He's
now.
cheating his
like
butt
no
off.
other.
He's cheating his butt
How do you
Just
cheat?
call all his Vegas people.
How
and
do you
get all
cheat?
this you
cheating
cheat because you know people.
He knows all the spreads. He's definitely going to
Shave
start
points
cheating.
and all
He's
that
done
kind
this
of stuff.
before, Erica. There was a point in time last year I was
I
crushing
remember.
him.
Oh, I
And
remember
he
this, Ryan.
cheated so bad.
He did.
Blatantly. Didn't even care like if it was obvious or not. It's my
Didn't even
show. I
cover
do
his
what I
paper.
want, is what he said, matter of fact.
Yeah.
We're all picking the same games here.
No, we're not.
We're all, yes. I
because
I
I'm
say the
beating you.
game. I say the game, and we all choose a winner in the same game. And y'all are worried about Vegas. I'm not going on point spreads. This is just picking a winner. Who do you think is
picks
going to
the
win the game?
Who picks the games? You do.
But it's not like I'm picking obscure. I'm picking the biggest games of the weekend.
Okay, we'll see.
I think we should let Musso pick the games. That would be fair.
Yeah,
All right,
Muse.
Musso can pick the games.
Okay, Muse.
I mean, do you want me to? I have the games right here. I have the list.
Well, this week we'll do it your way, but next week we'll do it Muse's way.
Would you mind doing that, Matt?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't mind.
Thank you.
We can do that.
Are you okay with that?
I'll make you.
That
I'll
would
make
make
you
me feel.
brownies, Muse.
That'd make me feel better about this.
Oh,
whole
she
deal.
said she's going to make Muse
Yeah,
brownies.
good one. I do love brownies,
That was
though.
good, Eric.
I
do
don't
love
think
brownies.
she even intend. Did you intend? Wait, Erica,
Oh,
did you
she
intend that to
absolutely
be a
intended
weed
that.
joke?
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course she
wow.
did.
I didn't think you had that kind of witty repartee there, Eric.
I don't know if that's acceptable at the St. Jude school.
Oh no, not for they're not for me. They're for Muse.
Oh, like the weed brownies?
Well, how did you get the weed, Erica?
Seriously.
Yeah, how'd you do that?
From your buddy
No,
T-Bob?
No, actually, I have no idea.
From your buddy
Yeah,
T-Bob?
He's rubbing
T-Bob
off
would probably
on you.
supply me.
He's
I trade
rubbing
him out
off.
some cookies.
Okay. All right, Oklahoma State against Texas.
Texas.
Any explanation?
Because don't they have like a Heisman front runner right now?
No.
So,
He got benched.
They don't.
Uh huh.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Robinson.
Bijan Robinson is not the Heisman frontrunner.
He's a runner. He might not be a front runner, but
He
he's
is,
a runner.
he is a runner.
runner.
She's right.
He is a runner.
She might be doing this. Like, she might be actually decent at this.
Yeah, so I go for him. I say Oklahoma State. I mean, they're meh. I would go with Texas. Texas.
Do you know who Oklahoma State's coach is?
Give me a multiple choice.
Les Miles.
Nope.
Brian Kelly.
Maybe he was at. Wasn't he at Oregon or at Notre Dame?
Notre Dame. You think?
Got it.
You think Chip Kelly? Who was that?
Yeah.
Mike Gundy.
Maybe. Mike Gundy.
Dan Enos.
I don't know. Okay, this doesn't matter. This is not important.
Auburn. I'm going Texas.
Yeah, well, Ryan, you skipped him.
Oklahoma State.
Ooh.
All right, Ryan, I was going to Okie State. All right, Erica, Auburn at Arkansas.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go. I'm going to call the Hogs. I'm going Arkansas.
It's because she went on a date with the guy up there that time.
They dated for a long time.
No, we did, like 3 years. He gave me Turkey. He's Turkey's father.
The dog, Turkey.
That passed away.
I'm sorry, by the way. I'm Turkey's father.
Well, you're Turkey's father. He was the giver of Turkey. So, yeah. Turkey's from Arkansas, so I'll go Arkansas.
I'm going to pick Arkansas, too.
Yeah.
I'll take Auburn.
You hate Arkansas. You don't believe in them
I don't believe
at all.
them at all. I don't believe in them at all.
You're not going to win that game.
Purdue at Iowa. Erica.
I've been an Iowa fan all year. I don't know why. I don't know where Iowa is. I don't know anything about them. I don't know their colors. I don't know their mascot. But I've gone with Iowa. I'm sticking with them, Iowa.
They're the Iowa Hawkeyes,
Got
and
it.
they're in Iowa City, Iowa.
Don't even know where that is, but good.
It's a state. It's kind of north and west of here.
Like New Hampshire or no?
New Hampshire's north and east, like way north and east. Not really close to Iowa at all.
She does not teach geography at St. Jude. Okay? If you're thinking about sending your kids to St. Jude, it's okay. Miss Moscona does not teach geography.
We do not do geography in the guidance office at
Yeah,
all.
it's not. I guess it is in east. If you go, Iowa is north of. If you just go up, you'd go Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota.
Okay.
It's the chef guy in the middle of the state.
The chef guy?
It makes a chef. The hat is Minnesota. The face is Iowa. His body is Missouri and Arkansas. Louisiana is the boot. The
After you
tray is
smoke a
Tennessee,
couple
and then there's
blunts, it
Kentucky.
looks like
It's
a
the
chef.
food.
Oh, that's after you get high.
That's
That's what it looks like. You smoke some blunts and it looks like that. I got it. Okay, I got it. Now I got it.
See it.
So you start to see it. You start to see people.
You gotta
in the
be a
States.
weed guy. Oh my God. Gotta be a weed guy.
Good analogy, Muse. Thanks so much for that one.
Attaboy.
Who did you pick?
What do the clouds look like, Muse?
Cotton candy, Ryan.
Iowa. Give me Iowa.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really think Purdue's got a shot to win this game. I'm going to pick Iowa, but I'm going to take Erica. We are going to bet on this game, by the way, and we're going to take Purdue in the points.
Okay, I got it.
Well, I think I was going to win at home, but we are taking Purdue in the points. Okay, don't be surprised if Purdue wins that game. All right, BYU at Baylor.
It's not a big rivalry, or no?
No, not at all. I don't think they've ever played.
Okay, well, never mind. They kind of look alike when you read them. I would say,
No, they don't.
yeah, like Baylor, BYU, they got like the B.
Both have a B and a Y.
Yeah, that's why they kind of look alike on paper. I don't know. I guess BYU, or is Baylor good this year? What's their record?
Baylor's 5-1.
Baylor got them. I like them because they're in Houston, right?
No, they're in Waco.
But they're near Houston.
Yeah,
so
that's
let's
good.
go.
I mean, in the fact that they're both in Texas, yes.
Oh.
Dave Aranda's the coach at Baylor.
Oh, Baylor all the way. Thanks, Ryan. You convinced me.
Yep.
I love him. Baylor.
Why do you love him?
'Cause he's like hardcore serious. He doesn't want any drama. He's just like, he's focused. He's football. He is like Mr. Football.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And he was good when he was at LSU.
Big Bad Rye guy.
Baylor.
I'm taking Baylor as well. BYU first lost of the season last week. Curious if they get off the mat. I like Baylor's defense. Baylor's offense, it's sneaky good this year, man. I'm going to take Baylor. Ole Miss and Tennessee. Erica, I know where you're going.
I like this game.
Ole Miss with Hot Lane Kiffin.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this? Where's the game?
In Tennessee.
Give me Tennessee.
Really?
This is the checkerboard checker kneeling game. This is a lot of Tennessee fans upset about Lane Kiffin leaving them high and dry 12 years ago.
Oh, this is a big rivalry now.
Well, it's not a big rivalry, but that Tennessee fans care about this a lot.
Right,
so
right.
I don't think the players care too much. And we've seen two very different Tennessees. When they play good teams, they stink. When they play bad teams, they roll. I think Ole Miss is actually a pretty good team. So I'm going to take Matt Corral, who, by the way, has not thrown a single interception on the season. 5 games, has not thrown one interception on the season. I'm going to take I'm going to take Ole Miss and Matt Corral to beat Tennessee on the road in Rocky Top on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Well, I picked the same thing you did.
You just picked Tennessee.
I picked Ole Miss to beat Tennessee.
Actually, I wasn't listening. I was focused on something else. Sorry.
You know what? You can never be mad at me again then for not listening to you.
Okay.
Arizona State and Utah.
That's a stupid game. Can we pick a different one?
I'm doing Arizona State. For George Hart, shout out. And for RC's boy, shout out.
I think Utah's good, aren't they?
They're both pretty good, yeah. Utah is 3-2 on the season. Arizona State's 5-1. Game's in Utah.
Give me Utah.
In Salt Lake.
Yeah. Give me Utah.
I'm going to go Arizona State. I like Jaden Daniels. I like Arizona State's defense in this game. Really tough place to play in Utah at the Rice-Eccles Stadium. Sneaky tough place to play. It's a night game, 9 o'clock on ESPN. So late night, little Pac-12 after dark. I'll stay up and watch it because I do like to stay up and watch the Pac-12 after dark, and I especially like watching Arizona State because of Jordan Clark and George Hart. So a couple of Baton Rouge kids on the Arizona State team. So, but I do like Sun Devils in this game. I think they go on the road and get the win. All right, Florida at LSU. Erica.
Well, don't want to make anybody mad over there, but, I mean, I'm going Florida. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Everybody wants Arizona to get fired and they just move on. And so they lose the sooner that happens.
That's not why I'm picking Florida. I'm picking Florida because LSU, it just is sad. They have, no players. Everybody's hurt. It just seems like nobody can – it seems like we're just flat. We're very flat.
Yeah,
we're very just kind of, meh. And
we're
not in it.
actually poorly coached by a man who did a poor job of organizing the roster and managing it and hiring coaches. He's just a bad coach.
I'm saying Florida by a good bit. I'd say by 2 touchdowns for sure.
Big Bad Rye guy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gators.
Yeah, Gators. All right, we're all Gators. All right, Erica, it's been a real pleasure. Thanks so much for being our celebrity guest picker.
No problem.
Again, and I mean, you're leading, so I guess we have to have you back at least to continue defending your title here.
If the world ended today, I go down a winner, babe, and I go down beating you at something. For once in my life, I've beat you. This is the most exciting afternoon ever.
I got bad news for you.
What?
The world's not going to end today. And there's half.
I don't want the world to end today, but I'm just saying
and there's
if it did.
half a season remaining. You're not winning anything.
And don't I get a surprise today?
Yeah.
I can't wait. Okay, good.
Well, you're looking at it.
What?
I shaved my beard.
Oh, I'm not looking at you though. That wasn't my surprise.
That is your surprise.
That's your surprise.
No, really?
Now you guys can make out.
Don't get me started on that. All right. Bye.
She didn't like.
She doesn't care.
Like it.
She doesn't care.
Okay, well, I'm growing the beard back.
She likes beards now. T-Bob, the whole deal. Like she likes beards. She's on the beards.
Muse, did you hang up on her?
Yeah, she said bye.
He hung up on her.
She said bye.
It's
Right.
When someone says bye, the call is over and you hang up the phone.
He hung up on her.
He's not in his right.
She said bye.
Don't fire him. It's not his fault. It's the weed.
I mean,
it's literally how phone conversation
works.
works.
Who made the decision to smoke the weed? Or to eat the edibles?
That was his decision.
That's his decision.
That's true.
I mean,
Not me, because I didn't do either of those
he
things.
He made the conscious decision to do that.
Liar.
That's true. And that's why this is going down.
And then he hung up on her because he's high as a kite.
Hanging up on my wife.
She said goodbye. That ends the call. It's not hanging up on somebody.
Hallucinating. The chef, talking about the chef.
That's a real thing. Look at the map of the United States.
Minnesota's the hat. And
it is.
Blah, blah, blah. This is
a real thing if you're cooked.
No. It's a helpful hint on how to realize where states are.
If you're high.
It's well known.
If you're high.
In those circles, it might be well
Google
known.
it.
I've never heard
Google
it.
it, Ryan.
I'm not a weed guy.
It's like, hey, get high and listen to the Beatles album in reverse on a record. They got hidden messages.
Why would you listen to it in reverse?
I don't know. That's what you guys do.
No, it's not.
It's a great question.
I don't even do that.
It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, Muse, you know what would be great right about now? About Pluckers. Go get some wings. You got the munchies, Muse? You hungry?
Yeah, you want some of that holy macaroni?
No,
Muse?
but wings are delicious, and so is the holy mac. It's all good.
Fried pickles.
Yeah, get you some fried pickles, Muse. Got the munchies?
About it.
Some queso? Guapo?
Oh, guapo dip?
Guapo dip?
About it.
Crush that when you're...
What about the Cheech and Chong sandwich?
Baked.
The Cheech and Chong.
Oh, he'd be all over that.
All over that one. They got a sandwich called the Cheech and Chong.
Wait, do they really?
They're going to rename it. Look how excited he is.
Wait, no,
Look
do
how
they
excited he is.
really have that there?
They do. The Cheech and Chong.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. They're going to rename it the Muso.
The Muse.
I'm going to ask Steve Levy to rename the Cheech and Chong at Pluckers the Muso.
The Muso.
Nicholson
Get
just
royalties
south
for that?
No shot. Nicholson just south of campus, Bluebonnet, right in front of the Mall of Louisiana. They'll open at 10:45 a.m. tomorrow. So if you want to get there in time for kickoff to watch the morning games, including LSU, Florida, you can do it at Pluckers. Nicholson, Bluebonnet, dining care at Pluckers. You don't like our wings, we'll give you the bird.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Thanks, you're ready. Yardbirds up. Veggies in the window.
Barbecue guys, born to grill.
Pops, how many steaks you want?
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are now open for business and are ready to serve our customers with disaster relief employee pricing off I-10 in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crews at Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are going to do right by you.
Tonight, we invite you to celebrate life, wherever and whenever you can, understanding that time is never on our side. Instead, gather up your friends tonight and share a few stories and laughs over a good bottle of wine. Or maybe a family meal that gives everyone a chance to reconnect and remember what's really important, whether it's for a birthday, an anniversary, or simply to remind someone special that they are loved. Rufino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
This is so pitiful. There are people on Twitter that actually hurried up and made graphics to back up Muse.
No, it's a real thing.
Look at this. This person hurried up. This person, Lake Lads official, hurried up and made a look.
That's true.
How to find Kentucky on the map. Look.
It's probably Muse's relative.
And look how vulgar that is. Look how vulgar that graphic actually is. Look at the pan.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. These are
the state of Kentucky.
These are your friends.
No, those are the type of people.
Tennessee.
These are what your people are doing. Muse.
That is so vulgar. With
That
the
is
hands
evidence.
on it.
That's evidence that it's true and that it's a real thing. You're welcome.
It's a real thing because someone just hurried up and did it. Yeah. Poor Muse.
That's all right.
Sky high. I wonder if he can land Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where Baton Rouge gets engaged.
Thursday night football last night. Leonard Fournette continues a great season. 22 carries, 81 yards, 3.7 yards per carry. 2 touchdowns on the ground with a long of 20. Added 6 receptions for 46 yards with a long of 18 in the passing game. Shout out Booga Nation. Devin White last night, 5 total tackles, 4 of them solos, a pass defense, and a quarterback hit. And then Kevin Minter as well got some action.
He played someone must have gotten hurt. I was in and out of the game.
Levante David was out last night.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
Minter was there in the whole game.
Minter got a lot of run last night. 4 tackles, 2 of them all by his lonesome. Major League Baseball, Kevin Gausman made an appearance late in the game last night, Game 5 of the NLDS, fired 2/3 perfect innings, 7 pitches, 6 of them strikes. Giants got the loss. Their season is over, thus ends the best year of Kevin Gausman's career. 34 games, 33 starts, a 14-6 record, an ERA of 2.81, and 192 innings even pitched, 50 walks, 227 strikeouts.
Is that good?
It's a good ratio.
That's a heck of a year.
A good year. Major League Baseball tonight. Alex Bregman and the Houston Astros. ALCS game number 1 versus the Boston Red Sox from Minute Maid Park. 7:07 first pitch. Finally, Sam Burns on the PGA Tour finished his round yesterday. He was at even par when we gave you the update. Finished at 5 under 67.
Went off.
Wow.
Today fired 4 under 68.
Whoa.
7 birdies, 1 bogey, 1 double bogey.
Throwing darts.
Burns sits at 9 under par heading to the weekend, currently tied for 15th. 9 shots out of first place.
Boy, Sammy.
And that's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. At Lee Michaels, because they have 9 different stores and they buy diamonds for 9 different stores, they actually get better prices because they buy at such a high volume. So don't be intimidated. One of the things about Lee Michaels is they are so approachable. They're family owned and have been since they opened their doors 40 years ago. Whatever category you're in, if you're walking in to spend $1,000 or tens of thousands of dollars, at Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, you get the Lee Michaels experience no matter what. It's all about service. It's all about customer service, making you feel comfortable. It's all about that wow factor. You want it to shine?
They have Rolexes, too.
Yeah, they do. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Get that red box where Baton Rouge goes to get engaged. Lee Michaels, LMFJ.com, LMFJ.com. Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, and Shreveport.
Wow.
Well, LMFJ.com, LMFJ.com. All right, it's after further review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. Do you have a thought on, I'll ask you, you'll be dead wrong because, you picked the Brewers and the Rays to be in the World Series, neither even in their championship series.
Right.
You have a thought on these championship series?
Yeah, I think the Astros are going to win, and I think the Dodgers are going to win. And it's going to be a fun series. And I think ultimately the Dodgers will probably win. I want the Astros to win, but I think the Dodgers probably will. They're just too good. They've got 2 or 3 Cy Young winners on the DL, and then they have 3 Cy Young winners in their starting rotation. Or not winners, excuse me. Guys in the running for Cy Young in their rotation right now. It's almost unfair. They're really good. Give me the Doyers.
Paul, how do you feel about that?
I feel good because Theriot picked against them.
It's true.
So I'd like to congratulate the Braves and the Red Sox. So this would be Musso against Paulie in the World Series.
Maybe.
It'd be a lot of fun.
That'll go.
I like the Braves too. I just think I don't like the Dodgers. I'm not saying I like them. I really don't. I just think they're good.
You played for them.
I know. I was pulling for the Giants.
What team would you have liked to have played for if you could have played for any team you didn't like that you didn't get to play for?
The Yankees. I would have liked to play for the Braves. I would have really liked to play for the Astros. Because that was my team growing up, Houston. I love the Astros. Nolan Ryan, Mike Scott.
Is that why you named your kid Houston? Why did you name him Houston?
I had about 2 or 3 names that I liked, and we did it on loudspeaker at AA.
I remember the story, but why was Houston one of the names you liked?
Houston Street was a guy that was playing the minor leagues at the time, and I liked the name. Thought it was unique and cool and different. And
you thought it had some edge?
I thought it had a little edge. I like Jackson too, but everybody was naming their kid Jackson at the time. And I was playing in Jackson, Tennessee, and I didn't want anybody like, oh, you named your kid after the city you were playing at. So
I just always assumed that you and Jonna named your kids after the place where they were conceived, like Houston, Georgia, Macy's.
In the dressing room. Well, Houston would have been Jackson. Macy would have been,
I don't know.
Gilbert.
Where was Gilbert?
Arizona. Macy would have been Gilbert Theriot.
Gilbert Theriot. What about Georgia? What about Georgie?
Georgia would have been Chicago Theriot.
Georgie would be Chicago Theriot. All right. How about that?
Gilbert Theriot and Chicago Theriot.
Jackson, Gilbert, and Chicago. It's so good.
What a bunch of idiots. Names their kid after cities, states.
You.
Me. Department stores.
But they're great.
They're good kids. Whatever.
You should ask Erica Moscona about the Theriot children. She's a huge fan of the Theriot children. Massive fan of the Theriot.
They do well.
All right, we'll grab a break. We'll come back out of obligation. We'll talk some LSU, Florida, and we'll wrap up with a little Ask Rhino. Stay here, AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Chuilli Weighing and Measurement, Chuilli.com, Chuilli.com, 29 offices in 11 different states. That's Chuilli Weighing and Measurement. If you weigh or measure something, they sell, service, and rent the products you use to weigh and measure. Like, for example, this bottle of Sazerac. How do you know how much to fill that to? Well, a machine has to be calibrated to do it. Chuilli Weighing and Measurement. How much force should it take to open this pull tab? Chuilli calibrates the machines that determines that. How much force to take this cork out? Chuilli calibrates the machines to do that. Chuilli Weighing and Measurement.
Wow.
Our country's largest distributor of scales. Still family-owned and operated, having been open since 1947. It's Chuilli Weighing and Measurement. Awesome people. Check them out online. Chuilli.com, Chuilli.com.
Yo, Jake here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic, the place that's going to be convenient for you during an inconvenient time. Look, you hear me talk about my 4 boys all the time, and sometimes things like stitches, well, they happen. And in fact, they have. And Patient Plus is always taking care of us, just like they'll do the same for you. And now with 7 convenient locations across the Baton Rouge area, open from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And also at PatientPlusUC.com, you can sign up for your appointment on the way to the clinic. That's Patient Plus Urgent Care Clinic. Get in and get better.
In most cases, you'll never get more for your trade-in than right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Now's your chance to upgrade. You can pre-order your new Toyota today or choose one of our pre-owned vehicles and we'll buy back your current vehicle at a price that will absolutely amaze you. You can walk away with more money in your pocket than you ever thought possible. At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, that's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
And our topic today is about savings. What is savings?
Hancock Whitney isn't just a bank for our clients. We're investing in our hometowns, making life better for everyone. So keep dreaming. We've got your back.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast office products.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, rolling along here on a Football Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We will wrap up with Ask Ryan here in about 15 minutes from right now, so you can get your questions. Email Matt at 1045ESPN.com. Tweet your questions at Matt Moscona.
Hey, what time's algebra class? What time's algebra class? A little clean shaven there, like a little schoolboy Matt, like you're going to Catholic algebra. What are we doing now? For about a year, you had edge. We've talked about this.
More than a year.
Shave the head, grow out the scruff, give you a little edge, and then I come in here today and you look like you're going to grade school.
I didn't understand why you were saying algebra.
Little schoolboy Matty.
Do I look younger?
Yeah.
I also have a fat face. I have a really fat face.
You look different.
I have a fat face.
It's not fat. I wouldn't say fat.
I have a fat face.
It's full. You have a full.
I have a fat face.
Bodied face.
I have a fat face.
With thicker skin around your face than most people. But it's not fat. I'm not going to say fat.
I have a fat face.
Nah.
So I went to, I've had a beard since right when quarantine started. So I would always I would shave like every 3 or 4 days with a straight edge is how I used to do it. Let it grow and then shave it. Let it grow. I hated shaving every day. And then you shaved my head per our bet because, hey, Dwayne from Thibodeau, real men pay off their debts. So anyway, you shaved my head, and so then I let my beard grow to have the shaved head beard look, which I've had since March of 2020. It's been a year and a half. I haven't shaved in a year and a half.
Oh, good.
But I went for a hydrofacial today at the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. My face was just like looking just oily and just old. I was like, damn. You got like rosacea on my cheeks, and I just got like it's like vascular, whatever. I was like, I saw Erica do this once before. She loved it, and her skin was like glowing. It's like, oh, that was awesome. I want to try that. So I booked it and I went, and I was like, hey, should I shave? They're like, well, if you don't shave, they're only going to be able to do the parts that aren't your beard. They won't be able to do your jawline and your neck and all that stuff. It's like, okay. So I shaved this morning. You want to know one of the real challenges? I'm curious if there are other men who have beards and have shaved after having a beard for a long time. You can't get all of the hair off. I don't know if it's just that because it's been so long, it's grown so thick and so deeply rooted. I mean, I used a trimmer, right, to just no guard, just to get all of the hair off, or to get it close.
You straight edged this right?
I straightened my look at my mustache and my chin.
It looks like crap, dude.
I know.
There's no way you used a straight.
I lathered and shaved with a straight edge 3 times this morning, and I still didn't get all of it. I don't understand.
You look fine over here, though.
The cheeks, obviously, it just doesn't grow as thick on the cheeks as it does on my chin and on my mustache. But you can even tell there's spots all over where there's still hair. I'm telling you, I did the trimmers.
Yeah.
Then I lathered and shaved, and I looked and I was like, I didn't get it all.
I do this
So
again.
I lathered again and shaved again. I still didn't get it all. Lathered like 3 times, lathered and shaved.
You knew razor,
bro. I just think like my beard is like a Brillo pad. I think it's just been that long. I mean, I'm curious if there are men who have had a beard and shaved and experienced the same thing. Has to. Like, I can't be the only person that this has ever happened to, but it's crazy. I'm like, I cannot believe I can't get a closer shave than this. I know.
How was the facial?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
how long did it take?
30 minutes.
Oh, that ain't bad.
No, not at all. I mean, You finish. I go, looked in the mirror, and it's incredible. Like your skin's tighter. It's like all of the oil is out of it. It's not like it's dry. It's incredible. I mean, amazing. It's like a water vacuum on your face.
What's it called?
The hydrofacial.
Hydrofacial.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, maybe like $100 or so. Maybe something like that. Because I had my injection. I bought some sunscreen, and then I had that. So altogether, I paid like $200 today. So it was crazy. I mean, yeah, I know, right? It was crazy.
I might go get one. I need one.
You should. I mean, it was really good. Dan, shout out to Danielle, who the esthetician who did my hydrofacial, said like she has clients that will do them like once a month.
Really?
And if you do that like on a maintenance thing, I was like, I could probably do that. I mean, I can find 30 minutes once a month to do that.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
I know I need to.
Good for you.
I know. Everybody's got to look at me on TV every day.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them.
Well, yeah, you need to grow your beard back.
I know.
Because it looks terrible.
I know. Thanks. Sorry.
You're welcome for forcing you to do that, too. Erica was pissed at me.
Well, you know what I'm upset about is when she was here earlier,
She didn't even notice.
I told her, I said, I have a surprise for you, like earlier this week. And so she was just saying, she was like, hey, what's my surprise? I'm like, well, you're looking at it. I shaved. She hates the beard. She hates it. Yeah. She's the one human that just, everyone says, Matt, the bald head beard looks really good on you. She's the one human who's like, that looks terrible. I hate the beard. Like, okay, well, I like it, so I'm going to keep it because it's my face. But I thought she'd be really excited. And she was like, that's my surprise. That wasn't the reaction I was hoping for.
The coffee this morning got more of a reaction than that.
Right? Somebody in carpool line bringing her coffee got more of a reaction. You want to talk about LSU, Florida? You've been here for an hour and 41 minutes, and I don't think we've said anything about LSU and Florida.
Zero.
You want to know why? Because we all know what's going to happen. It's not a fun thing to talk about.
It's not.
Like, if it were going to be a competitive game and we could break down the matchups, the nuance, maybe. But I'll tell you, like, seriously, I mentioned this earlier in the week, and I know I mentioned this late in the season last year. The one thing is when you see this with opt-outs too, when you take the older guys off the field, if it's injury or opt-out, whatever, and you put a first-time player on the field, like a freshman or first-time starter, you're going to get effort. They're pumped to get their shot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not used to, like, this is their first time on the field. So at least you're going to get great effort from some of those guys. Like, Sage Ryan, 5-star safety, going to be playing for the first time. I'm kind of excited to see him tomorrow. I mean, there's things like that I want to see. Keyshawn Butte not being there is a bummer. Is Deion Smith, Malik Neighbors, like, well,
I like Malik Neighbors last week. Yeah.
Here's the point. Last year, the offense wasn't about Keyshawn Butte last year. It was Terrace Marshall. It was Eric Gilbert. It was Jeray Jenkins. It was all those guys. Well, Jamar Chase obviously opted out. Marshall opts out. Gilbert opts out. You go in the last two games of the season, Butte was the guy. He was the only one left. It's like, all right, bro, here's your shot. And he balled out in those two games, right?
Who's that guy?
Maybe it's Malik Neighbors. Maybe it's Deion Smith. I don't expect LSU to win tomorrow. I think they're going to lose, and I think Florida's going to cover. Florida's going to run for 300 yards in this game just like Kentucky did. LSU, Dan Mullen is a vastly underrated offensive-minded coach and play caller. He is brilliant at scheming offense. You may not like his personality. You may not like him showing up in a press conference wearing a Darth Vader suit or him wearing his Jordans to media days whatever. A lot of that stuff I agree with you. It's corny and whatever. As an offensive mind, he is very good. And he is going to wax Durante Jones tomorrow. Like, it's not even going to be close in that respect. But I am excited to see some of those guys play, some of the young guys play, see who stands out. And one other thing I'll tell you, do you realize Damone Clark is number 3 in the country in tackles?
I did not know that.
He is number 3 in the country in total tackles. Damone Clark is having a monster year. At the halfway point, let's see if he can do it for 6 more games, because I think Damone Clark has gone from being a late day 3 draft pick to undrafted free agent, because he was just a third down linebacker. That's like all he was. To, I think he has pushed himself into like day 2 consideration, like second, third round pick, like a top 100 guy. I mean, he's having a great year. And let's see, tomorrow is one of those games where that's the kind of game that a year ago he didn't play well. The Mississippi State's, the cover sideline to sideline and run around in space, he can do that. It's when you've had to take on a block, shed it, and make a play between the tackles, that's where he struggled. But that's how you become a three-down linebacker in the NFL when you're Devin White. When you can run sideline to sideline, make the play, but you can also make an offensive guard look silly and meet him back in the hole and drive him back. Mm-hmm. That's what three-down linebackers in the NFL are today. Damone Clark is kind of showing he can be that, which is pretty exciting for him, man. So
he's a big old boy, too, Damone Clark.
Do you think Ed Ogeron is going to be the coach on Monday?
Yes.
What do you think happens?
Bye week. It's kind of what I've always thought.
Okay. I mean, it's done. He's gone. It's right. And he knows it too, already. But I don't know why you keep letting him be the coach.
It makes no sense to me. I don't think you should. I just think that's kind of what they're going to do. Because if you were going to, you would have let him go after last week.
That was a brutal call in the check swing last night.
To end the game.
Brutal. To end the Giants' season.
In the season.
Brutal.
109 win season.
I thought it was 107. 109? Either way, it's a lot of wins. Incredible. All right, it's after further review. We'll wrap up with Ask Ryan next.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time, or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001. That's River City's 1 Hour Air. Love sharing great testimonials with you. This one was about Joseph Jacob, one of the technicians over at River City's 1 Hour Air. The testimonial read, Joseph was amazing, very courteous and professional, also followed COVID guidelines, wearing a mask as well as foot coverings. I personally thought this was very thoughtful. I really appreciate his knowledge and professionalism. Keep up the great work. That's a review, one of thousands. As a matter of fact, if you go to Google and you search Google reviews, River City's 1 Hour Air has more than double the reviews of the next closest company. It's not even close. River City's 1 Hour Air. For more than 30 years, actually it's close to 40 years now, River City's 1 Hour Air has serviced the greater Baton Rouge area. Do it right the first time. 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are now open for business and are ready to serve our customers with disaster relief employee pricing off I-10 in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crews at Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram are going to do right by you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Down the stretch, we come wrapping up a Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. T-Bob and I will be there tomorrow as soon as the game ends for Whiskey and Wine. Kyle Robert actually said, ask Ryan, is it worth going to Whiskey and Wine after a blowout loss? I mean, I would argue it's
the best time to go, probably.
It's the best time.
Yeah. When they get really, really pissed, it's good. I watch it every time on the Facebook deal that you send on your text app.
Well, I usually send the YouTube link on text.
Whatever that is I get. I watch it.
Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel or the 104.5 ESPN Facebook page. Again, disclaimer, it is an adult show, adult content, adult language. So if that offends you, I would not recommend watching at all. There's great options. There's plenty of options that aren't that. But if that offends you, I would not come to Whiskey and Wine. All right, brought to you by Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com, windows, door siding, Relief Windows, and reliefwindows.com. Big shout out to our guy Brandon Holly from Relief Windows. If you need energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank or vinyl siding, Relief Windows needs to be your only call. Brandon will tell you, they'll never be the cheapest. When they offer a premium product, a premium service, they have overhead, you're going to pay for it. But you'll never worry about the quality of the install. They'll never take $1 from you until they're done and you're thrilled. You want to pay a little more to have a great experience and know it's done right and have a lifetime transferable warranty on labor, material, and glass breakage? That's Relief Windows. Windows door siding, reliefwindows.com. All right, Dixon McMakin, ask Ryan.
Okay.
What you going to watch tonight since the Bears of Cali High played last night, moving to 7-0 in the season?
I don't watch them. I listen to them. Listen to my man Dixon. I'm gonna watch the Dunham Tigers play the Episcopal Knights tonight.
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna go.
Well,
watch.
that's the what'd you call it?
The tuition bowl.
The tuition bowl.
Yep.
With how much? What's the cumulative amount of tuition on the field at once?
Well, it just depends on how many people dress for each team, and you could do the math. But if you we're probably roughly $2 million.
$2 million. Yeah. $2 million in tuition on the field. Ray Cavan, ask Ryan, duck or deer? What season do you look forward to the most?
Deer. Ducks it's too involved right now for my life. The decoys and the dogs and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'd rather just go sit up in the stand and do nothing.
Jerry DeLucky said Musso wants to live in Tennessee because it's shaped like a joint.
I don't know if it is or not. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
Is marijuana legal in Tennessee, Matt?
I have no idea.
Is it legal here? I mean, you should know that.
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
It's getting a little tired. The denials. Denial ain't just a river in Egypt, bro.
It's not, bro.
J Alien E. Ask Ryan, favorite place for Boudin?
What's the place over there in Scott? What's it
I don't
called? The Boudin place in Scott, Louisiana?
Jerry Lee's? That's Central. Jerry Lee's in Central has good Boudin, yeah?
Scott.
I don't know.
The place in Scott's good.
Okay. Ask Ryan. Does Musso know where his car is?
He likes it. He sneaky likes it.
James Fortenberry asked Ryan, Astros or Sox, Braves or Dodgers? We went through that already.
Yeah. I think it's going to be the Dodgers and the Astros in the World Series, and I just pissed off both of the guys over there
No, actually, you probably made them very
That's
happy
right.
because
Never
your
mind.
picks have been garbage.
Horrible.
Greg Lehman asked Ryan, have you ever broken your collarbone while running the 40-yard dash?
No. Who did that?
Coach P.
Coach P did that. didn't
Coach
he?
P did that.
I remember that.
2010 Media Pro Day. Worst idea ever. They allowed the media to go participate in the Pro Day events. Ran the 40, did the vertical, we did the bench press.
Did you participate?
Hmm?
Who won? Like, who had the best numbers?
Gordy ran a 4.59 40, which was flying. I won the bench press, actually. And maybe Mo Carter, who was a videographer at the time for WAFB, who since left Baton Rouge doing good stuff, but Mo, I think, won the vert. Luke Johnson was really pissed that I won the bench press because Luke's a Marine and great shape, and like I just toasted everybody. It was one of those things where, like, they put 95 pounds on the bar. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, okay, you have two options. You either just don't do it or you just go ham, right? And so I was like, all right, whatever. I think I did 69 reps. It was like 70 reps. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot.
I dusted everybody.
Should do that again.
Had to win some. Anyway, Derek Panamsky fell running the 40 and broke his collarbone. It was the funniest thing. And he's always had a good laugh about it, but it's funny. All right, it's after further review. Muse, Paulie, thanks so much. Y'all enjoy the weekend. We'll see you Monday at 3.
AFR.
Brought to you by Shawbill's Tire and Auto Service. ShawbillsTire.com. 18 locations in South Louisiana. Find the location nearest you at ShawbillsTire.com. I tell you every day they give you bumper-to-bumper auto service.
Bumper-to-bumper.
And name brand tires at wholesale price. So bumper-to-bumper auto service.
Bumper-to-bumper.
At Shawbill's. You got a taillight out?
Bumper-to-bumper.
Bumper-to-bumper. Need an oil change?
Bumper-to-bumper.
Bumper-to-bumper. Brakes are squeaking?
Bumper-to-bumper.
Bumper-to-bumper. Name brand tires at wholesale prices. Go to ShawbillsTire.com. ShawbillsTire.com. Hit the promotions tab at the top at ShawbillsTire.com. You'll see all the deals, the manufacturer offers that they have, and then their in-house offers and promotions as well at ShawbillsTire.com. No one is going to sell you name brand tires at better prices than Shawbills. ShawbillsTire.com. ShawbillsTire.com for more than 50 years. Shawbills, where we keep you rolling.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Vizzy Lemonade, the only lemonade hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C. It just hits different. Vizzy Lemonade. Step up your seltzer game.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
In most cases, you'll never get more for your trade-in than right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Now's your chance to upgrade. You can pre-order your new Toyota today or choose one of our pre-owned vehicles and we'll buy back your current vehicle at a price that will absolutely amaze you. You can walk away with more money in your pocket than you ever thought possible. At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, that's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.